page.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2.1.
What page or what group are you going live in?
It'll go on our Soccer Cards Australia group.
YouTube's up.
And the Soccer Cards Australia page. Yeah, there you go. It's live,
right.
Live on the group.
YouTube says waiting for Soccer Cards Australia.
Oh, all right. Hold on. That's me.
Hey, it's live. It's working.
Well, on YouTube?
Yeah.
So I don't need to do anything.
Sheesh.
Oh, there we are. There's some comments.
Oh, yeah, I can see
There we
comments
are.
now.
What's up?
Yes, it's working. Great success.
Great success.
I'm boo.
King of Boo.
Abu, you can go onto YouTube. Amazing stuff.
We might need to do
Facebook
the
user. No.
Sue, that's got to be Alex Carvajal for sure.
We need to post that link, the restream.
Can you add that in, Rod?
Yes. It is there. Hang on.
It wasn't Carvajal.
That's actually true. That's actually true, Abu. I'm so sorry.
Don't eat for me.
It's actually true.
Oh, I am floating, all right. I am floating. Very happy. Not going to lie, I turned my back on the TV. I watched it on the TV. Fucking turned my back because I did not want to see me get death rolled. Otherwise,
You nearly did too.
something was getting fucking thrown. So
You nearly did get death rolled too.
I know. I fucking know. Death rolled myself.
What's the death roll?
When you come when you're first on the second last spin.
Yeah, okay.
Happens to me every single minute.
You're a fiend for it.
That's funny.
I'm a fiend.
Yeah, I was watching the replay and I saw you were top number 6.
Yeah, fuck. It was scary, that's for sure. I wasn't even in it and I was worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was definitely nerve wracking. I'm not gonna lie.
Mr. Carvajal, follow the link in the chat and we can see your name.
It's so hard to get people to click that link. It's a struggle.
All right, we might as well start. I mean, we've got 25 people in now. We don't know how long this is going to go for, so we might as well kickstart it. So this is the first official episode of the Patch Auto podcast, so that's exciting. We're finally named. Episode 1, we've got Marco from Oceana Breaks on. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
So I think the best way for us to start, for people who don't know Marco, is to ask basically how you got into the breaking scene, how Oceana started, what made you join the soccer card community.
Yeah, so I guess Rod's going to hate this answer, but the first exposure I had to the premium cards was Cyrus at Soccer Breakers. Happened to pop up on my YouTube during COVID. And we watched him for like 6 months, me and the boys, and that's all we knew. And we decided to enter our first break, hit absolutely fuck all, and then tried to do our own break, and took about 6 months to fill. And we just keep going. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Used to buy match attacks back in the days when I was like 14, as I'm sure most of you guys did. I don't know how you guys. First break was Museum.
Ooh, Jesus,
20.
His first.
Well, I bought Leverkusen, and I got a Kevin Vollen numbered, and that was it. And yeah, Alex was with me. He bought Marseille or Lyon actually, and that was it. Yeah, but my first break that we did was a Euro Select hobby box.
Love you.
And I had to throw in like $150 worth of impeccable cards just to fill it. Like it took so long. It was crazy. Yeah, we did hit a number to 5. Yeah.
Not a bad way to start.
What about you boys though? I want to know like where did you guys get into the hobby as well? Because I'm sure people listening like they might not know as well.
I think we'll start with Rod.
Yeah, I'm very keen to know.
For me, I grew up collecting AFL cards. Like Dad always collected AFL cards, so we always used to march us down to the markets and stuff and see the guys trading and buying and selling and swapping there. I remember Dad used to just buy packs, never brought boxes or anything like that. And the rare occasion he would buy a box was just amazing. Like he'd sit there at the kitchen table ripping through a full box, and it was next level stuff. But it was always AFL, and then most of my sort of early adulthood, I didn't really get into it too much. My very first break, one of my friends, Simon, who a few of you will know, Simon Rue, I can still remember, he sent me a message and goes, "Hey, have you seen these card breaks?" I said, "No, I haven't." He goes, "It's like FIFA Ultimate Team, you get to keep the cards." And they're actually worth something. Like that was his sell point. And I said, "Well, that sounds pretty handy. So, how do we get into it?" He goes, "Oh, there's a guy named George doing it, who was obviously the great George Sipness." So I said, "All right, we'll give it a crack." And back then he was doing select hobby box drafts, like full drafts. So you'd buy a spot, he'd randomize it, and then you just pick your team in draft order. Jumped straight in, ended up smashing George's Euro Select breaks for ages. 1920s Chronicles, it was some amazing product around at the time. And then jumped into the NBA side of things when that's where I met Tino the first time, and we were smashing MJs from a customer's point of view on the NBA only. And I still went into a lot of soccer, and it was all domestic. It was all pretty local stuff, the Harbour Boys and Georgie and those sort of guys. And then I got close with Mitch at MJ's, and we started hanging around and talking shit all the time. And he goes, "Well, why don't we give soccer a crack?" And as they say, the rest is history.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anthony?
Mainly for me, I started, obviously, like most people did, on Pokemon, and did a lot of that, just mainly buying, cracking packs, grading. Played a lot of TCG, so like, Magic and Dragon Ball Super and all those sorts of things growing up. So, I was always around cards, looking cards. And then one of my partners from work was basically getting into NBA breaks when it all first started cracking off. And he said, "Do you want to jump in?" Well, I jumped into a repack, I reckon it was, with it, and I hit a Zion Williams BGS 9.5 rookie Prizm. And at the time, they were selling for like $1,000. But so that pretty much got me hooked immediately. And then like Rod said, NBA was going good. We were smashing flawless and all that sort of stuff. And then Mitch said to me, he's like, "Oh, I was going to start doing soccer," because I'd loved soccer. I played soccer all my life. I watched it all my life. Just never really got into the card sort of thing. And a friend of mine, George Gunas, he tried to get me into soccer cards probably a year before, and I didn't want to borrow it. I was heavily invested into Pokemon and Dragon Ball Super at the time, so I was just sort of like more, I'm already with this. I'm not going to sort of delve into too much more. But then Rod started doing soccer, and I was like, what? I pretty much have been into soccer since the first MJ's break, and then just started breaking elsewhere. And I've just been spending my time making connections now with overseas buyers, sellers, trying to use as many connections as I possibly can. But the breaks are fun as well. So you're always chasing a team, you're chasing a player. It's the hunt. The thrill of the hunt is probably what kept me going this whole time. So that's basically where it started.
Love it.
Georgie?
Mine's a bit more basic than the rest of yours, I think. I was heavy into Pokemon as well. I know a lot of the guys from my Pokemon group are on this group too. I started with that, buying, selling, trading, finding your old collection and then like flogging it straight away. So I started with all of that, and then Rod will be happy to know, and MJ absolutely rolled me into the group. And I think my first breaks with Rod were Chronicles, like 1920, I think. 1920 or 2021. So I broke that with Rod, and then Euro Mosaic with Harbour was my main thing. I started pumping because they were the first people I saw do PYT, because Rod used to only be randoms, and they would either kill you or you'd love it. But I saw Harbour doing PYT, and I started picking up random teams in that too. So that pretty much started me. And then I mainly operate in soccer now rather than anything else. So that's it, really. Nothing stressful. I played soccer my whole life, so it's an easy way to fall into as well.
Yeah.
But God, it's good and expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
All right. Another question for Marco is, what's the current scene like for you in New Zealand? Is it different to Australia in any way? Do you have any difficulties that we don't have?
I'm not really sure how to answer, but I'd say the scene's pretty dead compared to Australia for sure. You guys have your own. I don't think we even have a centralized page for football fans on Facebook at all. There's like 3 of us that I know of that break. There's one other page, but they basically don't do it anymore. Yeah, it's pretty hard to find customers to break with for sure. Pretty much have to look overseas, otherwise you're going to find nobody locally. But the sport's huge over here, and all the boys play at my age and stuff. But no, it's pretty hard to find
Do you have many?
people to break with.
Do you have many card shops over there, like hobby stores?
Oh, there was one. I'm in the South Island. There was one that I had heard of in the South Island. They just closed, and I don't think there's any in the North Island. So yeah, there's no physical stores. I'm pretty sure there might be one. I've never heard of them though. If there is. Yeah, like the other one just shut down, and that's about it.
Mate, that sounds like a cornered market for you. There's no one else doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's true. That's true. It's just a way of getting your like page out there and seen. And we grew our Facebook page to like 500 and 600 people, and then we had to make a new page because Facebook decided to just not notify anybody of our posts. Yeah, Oceanic Soccer Store. There's absolutely no chance that's going to happen. But yeah, good suggestion. Yeah, it's pretty rough, but that's what it is. Breaking in New Zealand, I knew that getting started, it would be pretty hard to get out there. And as long as we can fill 1 or 2 breaks a week, I'm pretty happy, to be honest. Just get to rip products. It's all good.
Yeah, that's it. You're getting to rip the product, so that's the main bit of fun.
That was the entire incentive into getting started with our page, was just I get to break this expensive product for free technically, or I can take my own spots, and it's just a blessing to open $800 worth of product because I'm still studying and I'm broke as shit apart from the breaks. Like I could not afford to open any product myself. So yeah, but I don't know the population difference, but our markets are so small compared to even just Aussie. You guys shit on us.
Yeah. What are you studying?
Yeah. IT. I got a year and a half left.
You can help Anthony with his mic and camera problems.
Yeah, well, I'm more like web development and stuff, so I could probably help out the MJ page in like a wee while.
We've got a new website launching in a couple of weeks, actually.
Yeah. I'd like to see the back end of that. Give it a go.
You don't want to see the back end of the current one; it's a disaster.
Yeah, probably not. Probably give me a headache, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
To be fair, though, I think the market in Australia wasn't all that good, let's say 2 years ago. There was probably not as much exposure as there is now. I think, like the last year and a half has been massive for the hobby in Australia, especially for soccer. And I think that's trending on maybe not so much from breaks, but just the product. There's more product now. There's more sets coming out. There's more limelight on it, and people are getting involved. And I'm not going to say it, but this page has been quite helpful for a lot of people. And I do get messages about the page that we created and how it's actually, people love it. It's bringing people together. The razzes are great. At the end of the day, a lot of us are just gamblers at heart. We're just in for collecting, but also making some money on the side. So, that sort of helps, I think, get people involved a little bit. But yeah, like you said, your market's probably a lot smaller than how it is over here.
Yeah, like, for example, if you wanted to buy a Topps product in New Zealand, you will not find it. You would have to buy it from Australia. Merlin, Stadium Club, like only me and Blunt Breaks will get that product in New Zealand. No one else will touch it. Like, there's not a shop that imports his stuff. And if they do, the one hobby shop that closed down, they still have an online presence. They'll probably get 3 boxes and that's it. Like, it's so rough. If you wanted to rip personal, you need to look to Australia or the US to get stock.
Tops are pretty bad here too, to be honest. Like Stadium, I brought 6 boxes locally, and that was it.
Wow.
And that's all I could get was 6 boxes. Everything else come from overseas. Merlin, I've got 1, maybe 2 cases. I might get a second. There's no, tops. I don't know. All these UK breakers are getting top stuff before the shops are getting it.
Yeah.
But
those UK guys.
But over here, tops just supply no one. Like all the guys have got, the 4 or 5 guys that have got Panini access don't have tops.
No thanks, Rizzo.
He's striking deals in the chat.
He's trying.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into what everyone is interested in. It's the World Cup. So we're going to start by talking about the new World Cup Prizm that they just announced. Will it be like Road to Qatar all over again? Will people love it to start and then leave it? Or will it stay and will it be constant? Rod?
I think World Cup Prizm is going to be a very, very big product. Its price point is going to be interesting. There's going to be a massive print run, like a monstrous print run. Like if you think of what EPL Prizm was like, I think World Cup Prizm is probably going to be bigger.
Rod,
especially because it's 32.
Have you heard the price point for the boxes yet?
No one sort of.
Grayson was saying they're going to be 800 to 1,000 a box.
Yeah, okay, so not too bad. A little bit more than Prizm Hobby dropped at what 500 to 600. So
yeah.
If that's the case, if that's the sort of price point, then they're maybe the print run's not as big as I would expect, but it's still going to be a 300 card base. It's still going to have 5-6 different inserts, a lot of which are going to be super short print chases. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it. It's going to be interesting to see what releases they bring along with it in regards to breakaway and retail products and choice and everything else, and how many different product lines they're going to have for it. I don't know. You guys know me. I don't get into the hype or anything. I don't look at a checklist until I've got stock in my hand, basically. And I can actually see it getting broken because there's been that many products that we thought were going to be shit ended up being incredible. There's that many products we thought were going to be incredible, they end up being shit. Until you physically touch the cards, until you can see how the packs are going to be, what the distribution across the boxes is like, you just don't know. Like I don't think anyone tipped Obsidian to be close to the product of the year this year. Obsidian's been mental.
Obsidian was nuts.
Obsidian Timor's gone nuts.
Obsidian Timor is insane.
Obsidian Timor was like $180 a box when it launched, and within a week it was 300 plus.
Yeah, you had to be early on Obsidian Timor.
And just went bonkers, but again, no one would have predicted that. So I don't buy into a lot of pre-game hype. I guess it's all about waiting, seeing what lands, and seeing how well they execute it. Because if the checklist is a dud, if there's QC issues or anything like that, then you look at Chrome. Chrome had a sensational checklist. When Chrome came out, everyone was like, "How good is this checklist?" Topps released it and printed 1 billion boxes of Chrome and Chrome Light, and now Stadium and Merlin and Finest are smashing Chrome. So
Chrome started going down in the last few weeks, I've seen.
Yeah, Chrome, it's just too hard to hit. You open a full case, you might hit a gold and an orange. Like it's just too much product.
I'm not gonna lie, Stadium Club looks really good.
Stadium's cool. Stadium's cool.
We do get to have a fun conversation about Stadium Club soon, so
exciting.
Antony, have you got any initial takes on World Cup Prizm?
I'm excited for Prizm. I think Prizm will be bigger than National Treasures just because of the stupid Road to Qatar logo that we all hate. But yeah, I mean, if you look at previous years, World Cup Prizm has always been a massive set. You look at the Golden Messi from 2014, BGS 9.5, that sold for like 540,000 US or whatever it was. Like, there's great value in those boxes for the price point that they come in at. So I'm excited personally. I can't wait to rip a few cases. The manga insert, the color wheel, all that sort of stuff is going to be cool. And Landmarks coming back is really cool as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Using a shoe. Oh, God. It's terrible. Fucking Egan. That's who it is. I can't see. Yeah, look, I'm excited for Prizm. I think it's going to be good. So, yeah, like Rod said, though, it's going to depend on print run and what other variants of the product they bring out. They may just, I mean, I don't know what previous years are like. I haven't opened any World Cup Prizm before, so this will be my first year, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's good to know that the landmarks are back. I know how everyone enjoys the landmarks from previous years, and they're one of the most sought after cards in high grades these days. Even still, like you can barely find them raw coming up at decent prices. So landmarks are back. I don't know if it's a landmark for every team. Is it?
Was last time.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I just hope they're numbered as well. That'd be nice.
There was gold power landmarks, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think so last time, or maybe the time before.
Yeah, so that means Australia should also get one. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
And we have Aussie cards back for the first time in a long time.
Who are the Aussie chasers going to be? I don't follow Australia.
No idea. Bill, the guy who was playing at Maitland. He got to move somewhere though, right?
Just the fella who's about to sign for Newcastle, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Matt Ryan.
Max Cruz is the only Aussie I've heard of.
Yeah.
Matty Ryan's retired, didn't he?
Has he? He still plays for Sociedad, doesn't he?
Does he?
I think so.
Yeah. Marco, how's the Australian football team going?
Max Cruz is pretty good.
Yeah. What position does he play?
Who's this for the Australian team? He's a winger, isn't he?
I don't
used
know.
to play in the Bundesliga. He's
isn't that Robbie Cruiser who played at Bayer Leverkusen?
Oh,
Max
maybe.
Cruz
Yeah, that might be the one. Yeah, true.
You need to fix your mic. Mike in the chat.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait 4 more years for New Zealand to get in the set, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. You were close.
I think with the new I think they're doing the new way of qualifying next time, so we should get in.
Thank God.
Yeah, should be good.
With the World Cup, we also have manga inserts coming back, or well, for the first time for soccer, but coming back as a product.
Tommy Rogers. Yeah.
Tommy Rogers.
Tommy Rogers. Isn't he in the championship or something?
They're probably just Aaron Boy on there, let's be honest.
Is Moy
probably?
They'll just do it anyway, even if he doesn't.
That's
play.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Useful.
I'll give Yedinak a card.
Yeah.
The beard.
Yeah, so manga inserts. They had them in NFL. They're finally in soccer. Do you think they will be a select players, so not player from each team, maybe just a handful of 5, or do you think everyone will have one?
Probably select few players.
Select, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah. It would be nice if each one had one, but
yeah.
They'll likely be either the young and up-and-coming star or the already go-to of the game. So I think you'll see Messi, you'll see Ronaldo, those types of characters. Mbappe, Haaland, I can see Haaland having one for sure.
Is Norway in the World Cup Prizm?
Oh yeah, because it won't be Road, will it?
No.
Yeah, he won't be in it. So, but yeah, those types of caliber of player.
Neymar will probably have one.
Yeah.
Do you know what the drop rate is on the NFL ones?
I have no idea.
I think it's like 1 per 20 cases or something.
Yeah,
it's very rare.
Manga. So that people know what we're talking
about. Ian's asking what the manga inserts are.
We'll get fancy.
I think it's 1 in 20.
There you go. Rob can show.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, while you do this, I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah, I'll be back in a sec as well.
Me and Rod will sit here and look good. That's one.
Yeah, it's got. I was going to try to find the Brady one, but it's obviously not
showing
the Brady one. But there's Justin.
They're basically anime cards.
Yeah, they're anime design cards. There's Patty Mahomes. So there's the Brady.
The Brady's awesome.
Yeah. The Brady one's sensational. There it is. Oh, there.
Yeah, what a great card.
Yeah, cracker. So they'll be very cool. They will be very cool.
I think they're going to be very short. Right?
Yeah,
they've got to be very short.
They will. Hopefully they get the checklist right on them.
Yeah, watch them give fucking some randoms one.
Yeah.
You just know they will. It was
Is
like
Turkey
when...
in the World Cup?
Hey?
Is Turkey in the World Cup?
I don't know. But
They'll
they'll probably have one.
Do you think they're going to do like a breakaway product for Prizm and choice? That'd be interesting.
They should.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I actually would prefer that they just do hobby, just for the sake of it being a premium product for the World Cup. There shouldn't have too many variants of it. I would like to see just one, World Cup hobby Prizm would be sick, but it's probably not going to be the case, knowing Panini, because they just absolutely love to spam every product with 6 different variants, and that's just them. So we'll see.
Yeah, make as much money as possible with as many drops as possible.
They'll have like hangers and cellos probably as well. I think the last one did, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be a good lower price point for some people though.
Yeah, I mean the retail has its place. You see a lot of big hits come out of retail these days, especially with the Stadium Club retail. I noticed as soon as they come out, there was like 4 or 5 1-of-1 posts, all from retail. So
those Merlin blasters last year used to be juiced.
Yeah, they were. My first cards I ever broke were Merlin blasters.
Funny you say that. So from the blasters, the Pedri, the Jude, the Makoko superfractors were all out of blasters for Merlin last year.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah,
it is gross.
You're talking probably 3 of the biggest hits in the set, all from basically blasters, which is just nuts.
All my best hits last year breaking came from blasters. Hobby boxes could not compete for the same value. But I'm pretty sure this year, like the Stadium, it's like 1 in 20 for an auto and a mega box. So I think they've reduced it a bit for sure.
They've nerfed them.
Yeah, they definitely have nerfed them.
All right, sticking on the World Cup, we're going to talk about World Cup investments. Should we start buying international kit cards? And what kinds of players and teams should we be buying?
Are you talking about products prior to Prizm, though?
Let's just say right now, if I was to go on eBay and pick up 10 cards, what kind of team and cards should I be buying to hopefully raise value by the end of the World Cup?
Well, I guess if you're going to look at previous World Cup or Euro Cup, Euro Select or something like that, the last couple of sets for some of the rookies who are going to be coming into their sort of, I guess, prime years. Otherwise, I wouldn't probably worry about it until actual World Cup Prizm comes out, and then try your luck there on some of the bigger the rookies coming into this World Cup, because there's a good solid foundation of rookies in this their first World Cup Prizm basically. Even though some of them aren't classified as a rookie in the international kits, it's still technically their first World Cup card, so it's going to hold some value. So November 3rd, I believe they said World Cup Prizm will drop. So yeah, I wouldn't bother buying anything from previous years unless you're going to be buying someone who's already self-made, who's already made themselves on the international level, at club level. So personally, I would just wait.
Yeah.
So
a Pedri rookie maybe could do well, but he'd have to have an insane World Cup for that to go up even more.
But again, it's his first World Cup card in this Prizm as well. So he's not a rookie in this World Cup Prizm, but again, it's his first World Cup card, so it's still going to hold some good value. Yeah,
because we haven't had the Euro 2020 checklist hasn't aged the best.
No.
And we've not. It's basically their first major tournament cards for a lot of them. Their first major international tournament. I think, given that we're going to have a season or half a season of league football, then we're going to have a World Cup smacked in the middle of it, and then we're going to go straight into a transfer window where clubs are going to be looking to stack their squads and pad their squads after players playing 40 games or the rest of it. Finding who's the guys who are going to have the James Rodriguez or the Divock Origi World Cups that are going to turn it on and get their move is going to be the key. Not so much the stars. I think the stars are already there, or the ones that are going to, your Camavingas and stuff have probably done all they're going to do, because the expectation is that they're going to perform. So you've got, they go out and perform the best thing they've ever performed, and they go up 10%. They go out and perform 10% below their best, and they drop 50%. There's just not a lot of, so the risk versus reward isn't there. Whereas if you can uncover these, smaller diamonds and stuff, and I haven't put a lot of time into it, but if you can uncover someone who's going to come out and bang in 4 or 5 goals, and a club that's going to go on a run, someone or a nation, someone like, Senegal, who I think could easily get out of their groups and, progress into the knockouts and stuff like that, you find a player that's sitting at one of those clubs, and you can track down a couple of their rookie cards cheap, and you can absolutely get some good return out of it. But I think it's got to be based not on necessarily their World Cup performance, but what's going to happen after it. If a player's not at a big club, is a good possibility of having a solid World Cup and not winning it, but just putting on a good show, because that's going to be the shop window for the transfer window that's going to be literally weeks after it.
Yeah. So do you think from an investment point of view, it's a good idea for people to pick up the maybe not so sought after players, maybe some of their first international cards, or even if they haven't played international before, picking up some rookies for players who aren't in huge countries, and then hoping they have that cracker World Cup?
Absolutely. Find the next Luis Diaz, and especially, I'm big on finding guys who don't have a lot of cards out there. You look at Matthias Tell, who's out he's the Bayern guy now. He's a starter in Merlin. The reason his cards are more expensive, and the reason Musiala cards are so much more expensive than your Pedris and Judes and all the rest from last year, is because Musiala had a fraction of the cards. He wasn't in as many sets. He didn't have autos in every set. You look at Florian Wirtz's Bundesliga rookies; they're through the roof. Even though he's been out for 12 months with an ACL, his cards are through the roof because he was only in Bundesliga current. He didn't get scattered across 6 different tops variants and all the rest of it. So, and that's the same as Luis Diaz. His Obsidian cards are some of the most expensive Obsidian cards on the market. And the reason for that is because they're his only cards. There's, you're not you're looking at a product pool of 500 cards as opposed to 5,000.
That's a good point.
Fair play. So on that point, just for example, do you think Pulisic is going to go up or down over the World Cup?
Down for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I just don't rate Pulisic.
No, me neither.
As a Chelsea fan as well. But someone needs to step up. Brendan Aronson or something will take over.
I've seen a lot of people on Instagram buying up Pulisic at the moment because they think they're going to go up over the World Cup, and I'm very worried for them.
Literally could, just because of the size of the US market.
Yeah, I think you have to understand how dumb the US market is sometimes. Like, I've made a fair bit of money on US players, and you don't need to use logic. You don't need to worry about the way they play, because it doesn't matter how they play. It's just whoever they are pushing, you buy. It goes with any sport that the US people follow, like NFL. They don't have to even play a game yet, and they're fucking paying 6 figures for cards. It's just ludicrous, man. So, again, it's just one of those things. Look, Pulisic has been good for the United States in the past, so, I mean, it's not like he hasn't played well. I don't think there's much more for his market to sort of go up. He's probably going to go down as, the best United States player ever, close to. So, I mean, I don't think it really matters what he does here. They're not going to win up. So, if they're going to win the World Cup, maybe a different story, but I doubt that.
Yeah, for sure. Just like Chris said, the Leeds USA boys are probably the best USA players there at the moment. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Tyler Adams is playing out of his skin this season.
He is really well.
He dominated us when we played against him. It was crazy.
Yeah, too bad they couldn't beat Brentford. All right, does anyone have anything else to say about the World Cup? One thing that I forgot to mention is the World Cup does have dual autos again. So dual autos are back in World Cup Prizm.
That's cool.
The only one they've told us about so far is Pulisic and Pepe.
Yeah,
for the US.
Of course.
And Pepe's off. He's in the Eredivisie now, isn't he? So he's kind of down from the Bundesliga.
Yeah, he was at Augsburg. before that.
Yeah. So I mean, the hype. I mean, he's US, so he's always going to carry the hype. But to add to the investments parts, like you can always, I'd say sealed product's always going to go pretty well, especially for the Prizm, the World Cup stuff. You look at the last boxes; they're like $5,000 each, and obviously this would never get anywhere near that because we've had the boom, in the last few years. But that's always going to do you well if you can pick the right time to buy. That is. Yeah.
True. Rod, what do you think about sitting on World Cup Prizm as a product, buying and just storing?
The one that's coming.
The one that's coming.
I think that the soccer market, so Panini are printing a ton of product, especially for World Cup Prizm. So, but there is still a ton of retailers out there who are getting this allocation from Panini and don't know what to do with it. Because if they're a breaker, they don't break soccer. If they're a shop, they're too busy focused on NFL, NBA, and whatever else. So the soccer just sits in the corner collecting dust. Whenever a new product comes out, you see the Facebook groups, guys selling their 5 cases or whatever they got, their allocation. They're on the Facebook group saying, I've got 5 cases of this. Who wants to buy it? So I think if you are thinking about buying and sitting on stock, then I would personally wait, and I'm not pre-ordering anything. I'm not going to pre-order anything because I think that it will drop in the first week if you're savvy. And then once it starts getting opened, based on the quality of the product, it's either going to go up or down. I think you could get burnt, and it's happened to me before, but personally, I think there's going to be enough of it around where if you've got the ability to go and harass some shops or some people that are selling it, there's plenty of guys that are always keen to get rid of their soccer when it drops, especially a high printed product.
I'm not going to lie, you told me that same advice about 2020 Inception, and that bit me in the ass.
You couldn't get it at the start.
Inception went up to like 1,100 US a box from like 500. It's fucking ridiculous.
Inception was nuts, but every product. Again, Inception's a limited print run. I think Cup Prizm, they're going to print the absolute leather off it. They really will. The limited print run stuff has shot up. So Obsidian and Impeccable went nuts. But there's going to be guys getting 40 cases of Soccer Prizm dumped on their doorstep and not necessarily have the places to move it. And the market will get there and the market will chew through it eventually. But I don't think there's going to be a shortage of it. You know, you look at EPL Prizm, there's still billions of cases out there getting broken and sort of chewed through. So that's not to say it's not a good investment to hold long term, but if you're wanting to buy it at its lowest, I'd say a few days after it drops, if you're savvy. And then based on the product, all it takes is a couple of good chases to be secured in the set and a few superstars to have their first cards in there and all the rest of it, and the product all of a sudden shoots up through the roof, and you're away. You're absolutely cooking.
For sure. Marco, will you be breaking World Cup Prizm?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, to touch on that, like I used to pre-order almost every stock I got in, but I haven't pre-ordered anything for like the last year because everything drops and goes down pretty much, except for stuff like Inception. That's super limited. But yeah, this is going to get printed out the wazoo. So if you just wait and you're patient, wait till there's a David Adams sale for some reason, like some holiday, pick it up on the cheap, hold on to it. But yeah, we'll break it, but at like $1,000 a box, it kind of doesn't seem worth it. I've watched too many cases to count of the last World Cup Prizm, and because of the random nations, it makes it really hard to hit. Even players you've heard of, there's random Turkish players that you just never have heard of, and there's only a few number cards per box. To chase those Messis or Ronaldos, it's super punishing, especially if it's at $1,000 a box. I'm hoping it's like 500-600 would seem kind of fair, but with how many short print case hits or 20 case hits there are, it's probably just going to hold a really good price as well. I don't think it'll drop much at all.
There's a lot of good inserts in this World Cup.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's going to make it hold price. And if you can get on a sealed case and keep it sealed for a year or two and you hit it at the right price, you'll make absolute stonks, I reckon.
Yeah.
Sure. It all comes down to the rookies in the set and how they play in the World Cup. And if they get I want to rip 2 cases and I want to hold 2 cases. I think that's like a safe bet because in my head, you buy those 4 cases, you rip 2, you might make your money back on those cases or you might make more. But I think, and then you're sitting on those 2 cases, those cases are more than likely always going to double. It's World Cup. It's Prizm. It's one of the best sets. It's a peak set. If you just need one good rookie chase. That's literally it. Or you're chasing. People have said that it wouldn't affect it too much, but I still think being Messi and Ronaldo's last World Cups, their cards are still going to be sought after for this one because it's their last World Cup. I still have that mentality that that's going to affect it in some which way. I might be wrong, but we'll see. But it's another sort of buying point, I think.
Yeah, I agree. That guy a few months ago on the page who found his Ronaldo Messi collection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Those cards were so expensive for some really high-numbered parallels that even Messi and Ronaldo's last World Cups are going to be super expensive as well.
He literally found those cards in a shoebox. I'm not
That's insane.
What the fuck? You know what I mean? That's nuts. And he's used that. So he sold those cards, and I'm pretty sure he's used that to build up his Gravenberg collection now.
Did he buy those Match Attacks Chrome Autos off you?
No, he only bought one off me, which was the red to 5 Chrome Auto. Because I got a PSA 10 of it, so I just decided, well, I don't need 2, so I'll sell you one. So, yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the latest release, which is Stadium Club. We should probably start with the breakers. So, Rod, I know you've broken it already. So,
I love Stadium Club. I think it's a good, fun release. I don't love the colours, how they've done the colouring now with just the lines on the cards.
They've killed it with that, honestly.
Yeah, it's a bit underwhelming. But I still love it as a product. I think it's a good, well-priced product. It generally sits a little bit cheaper than the Chrome and stuff, although Chrome's tanked a bit now, so it's sitting at about the same price, maybe even a little bit more than Chrome now, actually. So it's a good, fun product. They've gone to the 100. They've retained the 100 card base list, which is super important in the product. So that's what we've seen breaking it. That Chrome's biggest mistake was going to the 200 player base checklist, which just destroyed your chances of hitting across the product. Whereas the ones that have retained the 100 card base list are certainly a lot more fun to break. The Stadium Autos are sensational. I got my Gerrard today. The 75, and they're a sick looking auto. They've picked the right cards. The tops do a checklist better than Panini, and the design, the football side of the design. So the photos they choose are better. The players they choose are generally better. There is a lot more football orientated thought that goes into the Topps products. As far as the logistics of them and the print run and the QC and all the rest of it, that's up for debate. But I like Stadium Club. I think it's a cool checklist. It's different enough from the other ones as well. There's a few guys that you only find in Stadium. Overall it's a pretty big tick.
Lucas Perrin, he's pretty good in it.
The Bicycle Man, he's not in there. He didn't make the cut, Marseille.
Davies is Bicycle Man now, isn't it?
Yeah. He's a go-kart man now.
He's a go-kart in Bundesliga,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Marco, have you had a chance to break it yet?
Nah, unfortunately with Topps products, I've got about a 2-month buffer before I get my hands on it, But I've watched quite a few cases. It looks pretty good. I'd say the autos, not the autos, the legends are quite common. I quite like the legend cards as Javi, autos, popping up. Even the numbered ones are very nice. It just looks way better than last year's one. And I think it'll actually hold a higher price in Chrome going forward. So I've got 6 boxes on the way, so I'm quite keen to get it.
They fucked Chrome royally this year.
And I skipped Finest as well. I thought Finest was pretty average. Those prize footballer, I thought they were pretty ugly. I liked Finest last year, but I gave that a skip as well. Might get some, but Stadium Club looks good, and Merlin looks really good as well.
Merlin looks sweet, man. Honestly,
Yeah,
really
get a
good.
case of that. Oh,
Yeah, I think Stadium Club from a maybe not professionals point of view, just as a consumer, it's much nicer to hit a low numbered Stadium Club than it is to hit a low numbered Chrome. Like red to 5 in Stadium Club is beautiful, or even the red to 4s. I don't know if they're in there this year, but those red lightnings to 4.
Yeah, the lightnings are still.
I'd
really
rather
good.
hit that than supers in some of the other
I'm
products.
not gonna lie, but the box hit, the pink lightning or whatever it is, it looks better than all of Chrome put together. Like any of them. And it's a fucking box hit. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, good shout. They got some nice inserts, the electrics and stuff.
Yeah, they've done a really, really good job on Stadium Club and Merlin, especially with those Renaissance inserts. They are just spectacular.
I think they're case hits.
Yeah,
maybe might confirm. Yeah.
And they just they've done a phenomenal job on those two products, but they have just really fucked up Chrome this year and Finest. As a person, like when I see a break come up, personally, my eyes don't really go for Finest and Chrome. What's that? Oh, there it is.
Is that Chiesa? Who is that? Oh, yeah. Very nice.
So they come numbered as well.
Those can be numbered, yeah.
I saw somebody had a red Garvey Renaissance, and I was like, oh my god, man, I need that.
I didn't know the Renaissance could be numbered.
It's in the top screenshot, I'm pretty sure. There's a red Garvey in it.
Yeah. Was that a screenshot?
I think so. It's in their like a cell photo with the box in the background. I just really like when they do case hits, but they can also be numbered. It just adds another level to it.
Agreed.
Like numbered color blast, and every other product or every other sport seems to have numbered color blast, but football. I really wish we could.
The kabooms, numbered kabooms are like. Yes. I don't know why the fuck don't have them anymore, because the green kabooms are like the best thing ever made.
Yeah.
There was gold power color blast, wasn't there?
The color blasts only came in the gold power, so they only had the 5s. And one of our friends has a Cherub cards. He has the Mane. He's got the Firmino, I think, as well, or he's got a couple of them in the gold power. They're just absolutely stunning. Just crazy. But I think Kaboom, like you look at Kobe Bryant. There's a guy on Instagram called Shy Vlogs. So he's one of the massive collectors over there. He had 2 gold Kobe Kabooms. He had the Messi gold Kaboom. And these cards are going for absolutely astronomical numbers. And I think they just need to add that little bit of spice back into it. Numbered inserts like Kabooms and in these World Cup sets, especially, like I hope the landmarks have to 5 or something. It'd be super cool. It just adds a little bit more to the product.
I think this year they could have saved and made Prizm so much better by keeping Kabooms in there.
Yeah, agreed.
Just as you look at last year's Prizm, the Kabooms, Firmino's worth $400, and most of them are worth that sort of 100 to 500 sort of range. They're not massive, life-changing cards, but they're in every product. They're in breakaway, hybrid, retail, blasters, the whole lot. So this year, I haven't done any megas or blasters because you're chasing a 1-of-1 gold power. Like that's the only thing you're really chasing.
Especially with breakaway, you look at breakaway last year compared to this year. Breakaway was unbelievable last year. It was probably better than hobby last year, but then this year why would you want to? People are pulling some fire out of it. Don't get me wrong, but
it's the last 2 weeks. Something's been wrong with breakaway. Someone put a friggin' spell.
2 1-of-1s out of 1 box. I've never heard of that in my life.
Nuts.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
Yeah, and the price this year is certainly reflecting that. You can pick up a box of breakaway from this year for $110, $120. But that's the thing. Like they literally all they had to do was retain Kabooms in there, and it would completely transform the product across the whole range, across the whole line. Retail boxes. Have you seen any retail boxes open, Marco? Because they're selling for more than breakaway,
and they are absolutely shit.
Yeah,
You're paying for. I've watched only one box, and it's all I needed to watch. It is 80 USD of every single card, just a base card.
Yeah,
It's
they're
so
literally
bad.
they're selling for more than Breakaway, and I was
I
like,
know. I don't know how, because they're like somehow they're getting away with it, but they are miserable boxes. Probably the
Yeah.
worst I've ever seen, for sure.
yeah.
What,
And that's
what,
I
a
think you
breakaway,
can.
what a breakaway box is selling for?
You'll pick one up for 120 Aussie.
Because I went into a shop the other day and they were I actually went in there because the guys have been smashing Breakaway and killing it. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to buy a couple of boxes to rip. I went in there and they were like $200. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, bugger.
That's if you'll get them if you're ordering if you go to Ship My Cards, you'll get them for 120, 130 depending on your exchange.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's worth the
What do
rip.
we-
Honestly, that's worth the rip.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
I
the thing.
think
That's
so.
but it's sort of transformed Prism from being a high end product to a volume product.
Yeah.
Because now you can rip a case of, H2 hybrid. I'm doing H2 hybrid cases for $2,700. 20 boxes ripped and shipped and fucking all the rest of it. And you can chase your team, George. You can chase Brentford for $59 in a fucking case break.
Yeah,
It's
it's nuts.
Yeah, it's unreal.
So many low numbered cards
It's
as well.
$3 a box. Like,
Even
Yeah.
though Brentford has the best striker in the world,
well, yeah, they're going to start creeping up. They're
True.
adding 2% every break. Creeping them up. But that's the thing. Prism's become this product where you can do that and you can enjoy a break of it. Like, I know I enjoy spending an hour breaking open Prism, and look, the Ronaldo spot and the Ronaldo cards are still selling for good money. That's always going to be a super expensive spot. But beyond the Ronaldo spot, the most expensive spot in the case break is $300, which is unheard of. You try and do that in any other product, and you're just not going to get there. Not for the volume. So it is a fun product. But yeah,
it's at a great price point right now.
I think so. How'd your break go earlier?
Not the best, to be honest.
I got a Vigor.
Yeah, you did get a Vigor.
Did you actually hit a Vigor?
Yeah.
That's
huge.
we've done like 30 or 40 boxes across last year's Prism, and we have not hit a Kaboom. It's so upsetting. We've hit about 4 Vigors though, so it is what it is.
Man, I sold my Kai Havertz Vigor like a year ago for like $25.
Yeah, they're not worth anything, eh?
Sad.
They're basically just another insert that you get every other pack. Like,
Yeah,
pretty much.
this
So
year
cheap.
they basically don't exist.
Pretty sure I sold one
Yeah.
of my Havertz Vigors for like $100.
I got 25 for mine, so you're laughing.
yeah.
While we're on this year's Prism, before we change subject, do you think it's better or worse that the color blasts are more sought after? Marco?
Well, personally, I've only hit one color blast out of Prism, and it would be nice that they were more frequent because Kabooms are non-existent nowadays.
Who did you hit, Marco?
I hit Raul Jimenez last year out of a breakaway. But yeah, there's no chance we'll hit one. I mean, we don't even rip hobby anymore, so they are so rare. I mean,
yeah, I think I like the rarity of them, but I think they should be in breakaway and choice.
Yeah,
that's the issue. That they should be across the other products.
To be fair, if you're looking at the pull rate of them is ridiculous, and the pricing for them hasn't really changed as much as what last year's really go for.
No.
And last year's you could hit 4 in a fucking case of breakaway. It's just I don't understand how the market bases. All right, let's say Ronaldo's probably the only one, who's probably basically going for good money, but the rest are going for very, very average coin.
Because no one's really paying any attention to them because they are so rare.
Yeah.
They're a rare product. If you just change the Color Blast card to a manga, for example, in this year's Prism, have them the same pull rate only in hobby, but instead of a Color Blast, it was a manga, they would now be 3 times as expensive. But because they were so saturated the year before, the market dropped down. No one's getting that excited over them because you don't see them, and so you don't really chase them. If you get one, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
But no one's out there's no one's beating down the door to say I'm trying to collect the Color Blast this year because you can't get them. It's a fruitless chase trying to set collect one.
Some of them have only popped up once or twice.
Yeah, like it's just they're so hard to hit that no one is paying them any notice, no one's paying them any interest, and that is what drives the price of a product at the end of the day, is the fact that how many people want to chase that particular type of card, regardless of what it is. So yeah, I think they needed to, if they were going to make them only in hobby and only rare, they should have done a different insert, a different type of insert of some sort, because the Color Blast thing had already sort of run its race the year before by having 3 or 4 of them pop up in cases of breakaway sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. I've only seen one of the Toney Color Blast pop up, but it was in a BGS 8, so I didn't buy it because I didn't want an 8, and I've never seen one pop up again, so I should have just fucking bought it.
What do you think the rate is on them?
Oh, it's very fucking... They said 1 in 8 when they launched.
1 in 8 cases or so. I think I've done about 45 cases now, and I think I've done 7 or 8.
But Ron, how many 1-on-1s have you hit at a hobby?
0.
I've hit one. I've hit one, and I've done about 2 cases, maybe.
Every breaker in Australia has hit one.
Every breaker in Australia, doesn't matter if they've done 4 boxes or they've done fucking 2 cases.
How many Mbappe on card orders have you hit?
True.
Just one.
Just the one.
Lovely.
There's probably no one else in Aussie who said that, eh?
I'm gonna start just ripping cases of personal Prizm hobby now.
Until you hit one.
You're due.
Yeah.
Well, Marco, I don't know if you know, but next week I'll be doing a PSG box personal on the page.
I saw you were buying one, and you were like contemplating to save it or to personal.
No, well, I've had a discussion earlier tonight, and I think we're gonna break it. So yeah,
awesome.
We're gonna chase that super fractor. So we're gonna do it.
Someone's got to
be
hit
a good
it.
watch.
Someone's got to hit it, and why not in Australia? So.
Why not you, eh? Why not?
Why not?
I wonder how many boxes have been opened.
From roughly what I've watched so far, I've seen 22 boxes opened.
Yeah.
And I've only seen I've seen 1 red Mbappe, but apparently 2 have been pulled. I've seen 2 gold Mbappes, but apparently 3 have been pulled. I've only seen 1 to 20 Mbappe. So I mean, there's still, even if you hit it to 20, like you're still getting your box money back basically. And that a PSA 8 sold for like 15k US. So
could be another logo man situation. With the NBA,
it could be. Could be that Williamson all over.
Yeah. If Drake comes in and starts buying them, you never know.
Well, it gives you there's the thing of, there's only 270 boxes, so do you hold or do you break it? It's the risk, it's the gamble in the product. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we should be opening that next Friday. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Awesome.
Love it. So while we're talking about sealed product, I know we've touched on it already, but I wanted to know from Marco what product accessibility is like in terms of sealed for you. I know we talked about Topps being a long time, but how is it in general for everything?
Yeah, so Topps is horrific. It's non-existent. I don't think Topps don't supply any businesses in New Zealand. We have one Panini supplier, and that's it. Like it's so rare to get products. I have to go to the United States pretty much and just get all my product from there. But I mean, most people have to anyway.
Who do you use mainly, DA?
I sometimes when they have a big sale on, I'll use DA. But mostly I try just get things on auction, or I've like LCSs and stuff, like lesser known places that have trouble selling football products.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like DNA though. I prefer DNA over Blowout. I've definitely spent way more money on DNA than I have on Blowout.
Love it. I know you're also the king of Futera. So what do you think of that?
Yes, I love Futera. I don't know why. For some reason, I just thought it's just so like it's like Inception but on steroids. To be honest, like it's so scarce. It might be, I don't know. For some reason, I just love Futera, and does
the unlicensed like worry you at all, like when you're opening it, or
for some reason it sells like crazy. People love Futera. I just fell in love with it when I watched today. And then, I mean, you look at it now when it came out, whenever it was, say July, like you were picking up boxes for 600 US, they're like 1,000 US now. Like that stuff just gets so limited. If you look at last year's Futera boxes, there's none on eBay. You couldn't find one if you tried. Like
Futera is really big though in the US. Like they just love Futera. They love Leaf.
Yeah.
For some reason,
That's just Cyrus.
Yes, Cyrus loves
it's
his
not
Leaf.
though. Like I was saying to you the other day, Rod, that chick, Miss Sports Card, like, she is massive on Futera. Like every post is about Futera. Her cards are all Futera, and she's one of the bigger hobbyists in the US. So, I mean, a lot of them love that.
I think the good
I like
Futera is very, very good. The good in Futera is very, very, very good. It's got a lot of filler and a lot of random shit, but the good in Futera is as good as any other product.
I like the really random as like Klopp 1-of-1 auto, like shit like
it's so cool.
Shit
we
like
called it Pat
so
Jennings 1-of-1 auto. Like who's Pat Jennings? You know, like 1-of-1 auto for him. So crazy, but it is true.
They had a great what's his name? Graham Potter.
Graham Potter. Yeah, I saw that. That is so nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, Cyrus, like I think Futera sold him 50 cases of the unique product, like just pre-sales before it hit the market. Like I don't agree with that. Obviously, I think that's feral. He certainly doesn't need the, extra product for sure. But it is what it is.
I got offered that yesterday.
Jurgen Klopp, eh? Whoa.
Is that the 1-of-1, Rod?
Yeah.
So when that initially went up for sale, I tried to buy that for 2,000 US, and I think that's what the guy paid in the end. But what's he asking now? Because I'm pretty sure he's asking like almost double.
Three.
Yeah, he's asking. Yeah.
That's
the thing about Cyrus is though, like the guy opens cases like it's going out of fashion. How many Eminence cases did he do? He did like fucking 100 or something. Like,
yeah. But those were different times. I feel like
that's what China does. They open fucking like 100 cases of impeccable. Like stupid shit like that. It's good if you're loaded and you're cashed up, but I mean, for the average breaker or buyer, I mean, you can get in a few, but he's just, he's crazy, really.
Yeah, he is crazy. But it's just not fair that he gets, he doesn't have to go through a middleman to get Futera. He gets it
100%. I don't agree
with it direct.
It's not just Futera, though. It's every product. Like, every product.
I guess that just is him. I mean, the benefit he got from doing, he was just there at the right time, at the right place, and that's the benefit he got. I don't agree with it, but
he was grinding 10 years ago, and guys, and he still grinds, like he still breaks 10 hours a night, 6 nights a week, and busts his ass. And the guys like that, I'd sit here and go, you know what, he earned it. The guys like Grayson that were doing it 10 years ago, when having probably days when no one walked into the shop and just busting his ass when it wasn't in vogue. Great. Let him enjoy it. The shit that annoys me is the guys who are pure NBA breakers and then get 10 cases of impeccable soccer. And
what about
Sorry?
What about FOMO?
FOMO.
For me, I think that these guys that are getting all the NBA, I try and go, and I still don't get a single box of allocation, single box of distribution, and yet I'm buying off guys who have got no remote interest in soccer, except for the fact they're going to be. I paid $2,500 for boxes of impeccable off guys that I know were paying $900 to $1,000 wholesale,
and yet you're still selling every break.
But these are guys who I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with. And I'll say, try and do me a favor. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do you a favor. I'll sell it to you for $100 less than everyone else. And what do? I say, yep, thank you. Touch my toes and touch another one.
Yeah.
So it's that frustrates me. I've got nothing against the guys who are working and grinding and breaking the product. But the guys who, purely because of a grandfathered relationship that they've had and inherited and do nothing to try and actually maintain it, that get all this soccer allocation, it just kills me.
Yeah, true. Guy also asked about Leaf. I know we were talking about Leaf in the group chat the other day.
Leaf? Sorry, can I start this one?
Of course, Kim.
So Leaf is literally Topps fucking autos that have been rejected. It's massive in America. They fucking froth over it. And don't get me wrong, Leaf is literally like providing us with the cards that we dream of. Quad auto, Haaland, Pele, like Messi. They're just ridiculous cards, but it's just still unlicensed. Like, I just get annoyed when I see like kits with nothing on it. I don't know. Like, for me, I don't see where the value is. Obviously, like Rod said the other day, you were saying about if they were to get sort of Zidane autos or something like that, that would be a good buying point for them because they got something that no one else has. But they're just producing the same autos that I could go and get from a Topps product or a Panini product that's officially licensed. I don't know. For me, man, Leaf is just, it'd be a fun rip if it was a cheap rip, but it's not a fucking cheap rip. As Rod was telling me what they cost a box the other day, and I was like, what the fuck?
The new metal's like $500 US for a box.
US a box, man.
To be fair, they do like they do have lots of these like 14 to 15-year-old rookie autos that you've never heard of before, which is technically a selling point because they won't hit Panini for like 3 or 4 years if they're going to be someone. But like,
fair enough on that. It's still like it's unlicensed. Like somebody, you go to, all right, for example, I've got this 15-year-old auto of a rookie. He's now 18. He's just got his first start for Bayern Munich or some shit. And I go to sell it, and the guy's like, well, it's not even a licensed auto, so I'm not going to pay you fuck all for it, basically. Personally, for me, it's a fun rip if you could afford to rip it. Other than that, I don't see any reason to invest or hold any of the product itself.
Just for a quick example on sale prices, Messi patch autos from Leaf selling to 10, selling for like 700 USD, where the same in a Topps or a Panini card is going at like $3.5 grand. So it's like more than triple the price in a licensed product.
Yeah.
Are we all nonsense for collecting pictures of Musiala and Xavi Simons?
Maybe.
Just you.
Yes, I think they had in the new metal set. There was some 14-year-old from United, like some rookie auto. I don't know why, but
that does seem illegal.
Yeah,
but again, that's the point that they're trying to use as a selling point, which is fine. I mean, if credit to them if they can get that to sell their product, and they've got a big support in the US. A lot of people buy Leaf; it's a big product over there. So, credit to them for selling it. Again, same with Futera. I actually personally prefer Futera over Leaf. I've been in Futera breaks, so I know the products. I know the product, but Leaf just looks cheap. Like, I don't know, is it just me or does it just look like
they didn't do a great job with the design.
Like the inserts and the variations of it just look cheap. Like you know what it reminds me of? Where you will put 20 cents in one of those like gumball machines, and you open the fucking ball and get like a cheap rip-off toy. Like when I think of Leaf, that's what I think of.
Yeah, Futera definitely nailed the card designs compared to Leaf.
At least Futera put a bit of effort in with the gold plates, and they've got the descriptions on the back. They might not be. They might not be.
They've done a much better job.
Whatever the word is, but for sure. Leaf is pretty expensive. I was going to try buy some of those metal boxes to break because it seemed like 1 in every 3 boxes was you were hitting some insane auto like Haaland, Ronaldo, quad auto, but then I saw they were 500 US. Won't touch it.
But think about this, right? So you're getting a quad auto, right? A quad auto of Messi, Ronaldo, Haaland, and I don't know whoever the last person.
Toney or something.
Pele.
Yeah.
Like the most ridiculous quad auto. If that was a Panini product or a Topps product, you're looking at a fucking like at least a 6-figure card. It's just, you know, and I can go buy that quad auto to 6 for probably $5,000 US. Let's be honest, it's not going to be fuck all compared to.
Probably
but if that's a
less.
business product, that's ridiculously priced. Like it'll be good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think about having coach cards in Prizm? I know NBA did it. They had coach cards in coach autos, like managers. What do you think about having that in Prizm? Manager autos.
I saw there was a Brendan Rodgers auto. Yeah. And Merlin. Is that the only one? I haven't looked at the
That's the only one. It's the
it's so random. It's so random.
A guy on Instagram today, a Leicester Instagram guy, he posted he had the gold Rodgers, he had the red Rodgers, he already had like 3 of the lowest numbered ones.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is he the only manager with an auto?
Yes.
That's
so strange.
Well,
I think it would be a good addition.
Like
I would genuinely love like if there was Conte autos, Klopp autos, Mourinho autos, like genuine superstar managers. Yeah. I don't even think it would matter what club they were from. Imagine, pulling out a Sir Alex Ferguson auto or anything like that.
Even in high-end product, if they did it, just like Impeccable, and they had on-cards for managers, but they were only serialed to 10 or something for each manager.
They had the women's coach in Immaculate.
Yeah, they did.
Pochettino as well.
Pochettino, but that thing, like, what's Pochettino? Who is he? Fucking.
Oh, they had what's his name? Oh fuck, I've gone blank.
Ben Mee's a manager card.
I'd love a Ben Mee card at the moment. He's our best centre back.
But yeah, I think again it's Panini just having the right idea, but their execution isn't always on tick.
I saw NFL have coach tickets, just like rookie tickets in Chronicles.
That's it.
Graham Potter, Chelsea rookie. That'd be sick.
That would be good.
They'd have to release the product in about the 4 months he's going to be employed, though.
Yeah, he's not going to last long.
Good point. Yes.
What a strange move for Potter. I mean, the cash is good. They showed what wage he's going to be on, so the cash is good. But
he's making $10 million a year.
Yeah, you'd do it, wouldn't you?
Hey, you went from Brighton to Chelsea for $10 million a year. Are you going every time?
Yeah, you do it.
Like 100%. You have to go.
I do feel bad for Brighton, though. Like, I would have liked to see how he finished a year with him, because I think he would have stuck in the top 8. So
that's like winning. That's like coming of the draft and not picking the Kylian Mbappe auto.
Yeah, you should have gone for the Di Maria. Left the Mbappe.
Yeah, true. I think Javi Simons will hold long-term value, actually, over Mbappe.
To be honest, I actually hope I pull a really short print Xavi Simons in my
he scored $6 in 6 games for PSV.
He's a PSV, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I got his number to 10 Futera card. Headliners.
Nice.
Very nice. He's doing very well, to be fair.
He's carrying PSV at the moment, carrying them big time.
Him and Gakpo are just phenomenal.
Yeah, just phenomenal.
That's just for Guy Embry.
What's that one?
Is that Stevie?
Oh, Stevie.
Those legend autos are such a good addition.
They are sick.
So good.
Yeah, they are good. Stadium definitely nailed it.
Yeah.
Big time.
All right, we're going to move to a question that someone put to us who they wanted the answer for. It's explaining and guidance on trading and selling for beginners. So pricing cards without comps, trading securely, and the best avenues for selling and trading. I know Antony wanted to speak about this, so we'll start with you.
All right. So I guess we'll touch on the...
Get away, top up.
You're all right, mate. We'll touch on the first point, I guess. So what was the first point?
The best avenues on trading and selling, or you can do pricing cards without comps.
Well, pricing cards without comps. So, I mean, the best way we do this is obviously through 130 point. Try and find a player of an equivalent, stature So, I mean, if we're talking throw a player at me, let's
Musiala.
throw
Mendes.
anyone at me.
Nuno Mendes.
Who?
Musiala.
Nuno Mendes.
All right, Musiala. Let's work with that. All right, let's be honest. He doesn't have an auto in his rookie, but if we're going to base his rookie on someone, we're probably going to be close now to Pedri because he is absolutely killing it. So, you know, if I can't find a base comp for, say, let's say Musiala to 50 from Topps Finest, let's say, I'm going to look up Pedri to 50 because he's probably on par with him at the moment. And his price range should either be with that or above. If I'm looking for comp on somebody you don't really know, an absolute nobody who has no sold card, who's got barely any product out there, that's probably when it gets the toughest. You can basically just put a price on it, put OBO or best offer. If somebody will throw an offer at you, if you're happy to take it, you know, even if it's below what you think the card's valued, if you're still happy to take it, or make a counter offer or something like that. There's a lot of sales on 130 Coin created by the great man Lane Pierce. There's plenty of sales through that now through PWCC, not only just eBay. So look up a card of a player of an equivalent stature and then of the same variant. So, you know, if you're looking up to 50, look up the same player to 50. You'll get a sort of a roundabout price. You don't have to use that comp. Comps are just there as a guide. They aren't the law, as we say. There are people who like to abide exactly by the comp, but that is bullshit. We don't abide just by the comp. You can literally make your own price. You know, if you're looking for a quick sale, people are going to be more so going to sell for what a market price is. Use that as your bargaining chip. Try and Cuckoo Merlin to 50 auto as an example on stream. Well, in Cuckoo last year, absolutely tore it up. He was killing it, and his pricing still isn't too bad. If we're talking Merlin, though, that's a tough one, to be honest. Has he got anything on his comp?
And Cuckoo cards have been selling really well recently, I think.
Yeah, because he actually doesn't sell too badly compared to what some players are selling.
There's a gold from 2021 Bundesliga. That's 250 USD. So I would probably start there.
Yeah. Well, again, there's your starting point. You know, so even if you couldn't find that to 50, right? Let's say there's it to 75 or to 99. You know, just use to break it down a little bit. You know, the to 99 sold for 130 USD. Well, in my terms, I think the to 50 is probably going to sell for almost double of that. So start at 240, work your way from that, and negotiate. Again, it's going to come down to the seller, the buyer, sorry, who you're negotiating with. There are people who are willing to pay more than comps. I myself have paid more than comps on multiple cards because I want the card and I don't want to lose it, so I don't take the risk. Recently, I paid 4,000 Australian for a Garvey to 23 rookie ticket PSA 10, but to be honest, I actually thought that was a really good price. Although that's what they were happy with taking. I offered them lower at the start. They were happy at that. I still thought I got a good deal. Some people are going to pay more. Some people are going to pay less. You just got to, it's what you're happy with at the end of the day.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, you summed it up quite well for pricing cards without comps, so well done.
Yeah.
The second part of that question was trading and selling securely. So this is mainly for beginners. So people who've just joined breaks, they've got their MJ's mail day, they don't want half of it. What's the best way for them to sell it?
Well, you've got multiple avenues to use for sales. You've got Facebook, you've got Instagram, you've got eBay, you've got auction houses. Again, we've touched on this in the past. Auction houses are for big cards, for cards that are 5 figures or more. I wouldn't waste my time with anything less. But if you're going about especially trades, let's talk secure trades, right? Recently, I've been doing some high-end trades, and I've been taking some big risks. But if you want to do a secure trade, for example, we've got our Soccer Cards page, Soccer Cards Australia. Hit up one of the admins and say, listen, I'm looking to do a trade with Abu. I don't trust him because he's a dodgy cunt. But I really want to trade this card with him. So what are the avenues you can do? Well, hit up an admin and say, listen, can you please middleman this trade deal? You'll send me your card. You'll send me, Abu will send me his card. I'll get both cards. There are risks to this as well, obviously, but again, that's on the buyer and seller. So when the cards come to me, I then send them to the other person, for example. That's a secure way of doing a trade.
Who's not even here?
Yeah. Sorry, he's the first person that popped into my mind. So anyway, this is a good way of doing a secure trade. Again, you can take the risk if the person. Another way is getting vouchers. Get the person to put up a post on Facebook on a group. It could be our group. It could be one of the international pages, and just literally write, "Just looking to get vouchers for so and so. We're looking to do a high-end trade." People will comment, "Yep, done sales with this guy. He's legit, awesome in the community." You can even. This is what I've done in the past. If I'm usually doing a deal with someone in a certain group, I'll click on their profile in the group. It'll show me what they've actually posted over the time they've been in the group. I'll see all their posts, all their sales, all their trades, everything.
I have a feeling only we can do that.
No, I can do that in any group. You can do it in any group.
I didn't know that.
Yep, and I use that to, hey, Hannah.
She's wearing her Soccer Cards Australia.
Hey.
I work at the gym.
George makes you wear that, doesn't he?
Benji's rod.
So basically, you can click on someone's profile in any group. So let's just say we're in Soccer Breakers FC. I'm in that group. I'm looking to do a deal with a guy. I click on his name in the group. It'll show me exactly the sales and the posts that he's done in the group prior to us talking. And if I can see that he's done, he's been around, he's done a lot of deals, that gives me faith to think, yeah, okay, this guy's legit. But again, people have scammed people for less. So you always got to be wary. Use your initiative, do your research, and if you need help, use an admin. That's what most people are there to do. So
there you go. So you can actually
Here we go.
Actually, I'll do it through this way. So when you scroll through, so we'll find Mr. Nick Egan. He's got his little badge. You can click on Nick profile, and then you've got group posts. Now anyone can do this. I've just picked our group, but anyone can do this. You can go and see Nick did a sale here. He is looking for that. He did a sale here. He's got sales going all the time. You check through it and you say, yep, Nick's legit or Nick's not legit.
correct.
If you
Super
go
dodgy.
into Bloke's Garage Sale, so this guy Kevin, right? Kevin looks
Kevin's
a bit
getting a
close.
random shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out, Kevin.
But if you're interested in buying Kevin's 7 drift bikes and trailer,
Someone might be, actually.
that
know.
was incredible. You can see that he was also selling a business that was the same sort of thing. But that's it. That's all he's got. So you would find more vouchers for Kevin if you wanted to buy his drift bikes, because there's just nothing else there. There's no more data.
I mean, shout out Kevin. Tell him you came from the podcast if you buy his shit.
Yeah. If we go into
Alex,
somewhere like
keep on buying the tank.
there's somewhere like Soccer Breakers, which we all know and love, of course. Dexter Wong, he's a good one. So Dexter is doing a sale. Dexter's obviously incredibly well known. The guy that sold Georgie, he's one of one Toney, I think.
He is.
So you can click through, you can go, oh, yeah, Dexter was on the 3rd of September, 2 weeks ago, was selling a Maradona. He's doing this Singapore card social thing. So they're all of Marco's friends, in fact.
Yes, sir.
But very quickly you can see the guy's got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of posts. You go, yeah,
You can see he's legit.
Yeah, this guy looks pretty legit.
Yeah, so just do your research on people. I mean, I would say hopefully more than 90% of the people in our group are all safe. We can't filter everyone and we can't catch everyone, but 90% of the people in our group should be fine, but do your research.
The best advice we can give is literally just do your research. You know, don't rush into a deal. Ask around if you're like, I have a lot of messages every day. Hey man, have you dealt with this guy? Is he legit? And most of the time, it's somebody I've done a deal. I've done deals with plenty of people on here, so a lot of the times I can say, "Yep, done a deal with him. He's all good," and I'm vouching for that person. And if an admin is vouching for that person, usually I put my trust in that person. And you know, let's say 99 times out of 100, they'll be safe. There is the odd time where somebody who was a legitimate seller goes down and strays down the wrong path. It's happened a few times, and we've taken action on those people. But especially when you're doing an international deal, vouchers is 100% something I do, especially if I'm doing, you know, a 3,500, 4,000 USD plus deal. That's something that I just do, no matter who they are. You know, even if I know they're a legitimate seller, I still want to make sure that they've actually dealt with enough people where I can say to myself, because, you know, some people don't want to do GNS, but I prefer to do goods and services through PayPal because I know I'm safe and I've been scammed in the past. So I want to make sure that my money's safe. I'm spending a lot of money on a piece of cardboard. So I want to make sure that I'm going to get that cardboard. Yeah. And be able to resell that cardboard at a later date. So yeah, that's just how I look at the situation.
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind on that is PayPal GNS should always be an option. If people only want FNF or bank transfer or pay ID, definitely find a vouch post for them first, or ask an admin or something. Don't just pay FNF to randoms. That is where you'll get stung. So.
Ian says, my first sale was to Singapore, and you guys helped me build confidence and understanding for that. So I reckon that was a sale that he did with Ted. I think his name is TEH. Yeah. And I've done multiple deals with him, and Ian contacted me about it, and I said, look, he's a good guy. I've done plenty of deals with him. You should be fine. And again, they were fine, and the deal went through, and everything was good.
Scammed
on deals, like, it doesn't even need to be trades to use a middleman. I've been middleman for some people who are just buying and selling a card. And I did one with a Jude Bellingham. I think it was a Jude Bellingham Bundesliga auto to 99 or something. And, you know, it was a decent sized card. It was a 5-6, I think it might have been like a $700 card at the time. It was a while ago. And the guy selling it he wasn't sketchy, but he didn't have vouchers, and he was, the guy buying it was unsure. So he reached out to me and I said, look, tell him to send me the card. When I get the card, I'll check the card. If it's legit, you can then pay him. Once he says that you've paid him, I'll send you the card. Acting as a middleman that way. Card come to me, and I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was like come from Tassie, and it was like plain white envelope, just a top loader. The card was half hanging out the top loader. It had damage on the back of the card. And I'd said to the guy, look, this is the card. This is how it's turned up. You haven't packaged it right. There is some damage to the back of the card. You've got to work this out. And the guy ended up copying a $300 hit.
I remember that, actually. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. The card was just, it had this damage on the back. So he ended up agreeing with the guy to pay $400 instead of $700. They worked it out. I flicked it over to the new buyer, and everyone turned out happy. But without having that middleman. And look, the guy that was selling the card didn't do it on purpose. He was very, very green in the hobby. He didn't know what he was doing, and there's not always malicious intent involved. It can just be, people being silly. But I would always recommend videoing you unpacking any high-end cards. That always helps.
Yeah, always do that.
It becomes a he said, she said. Whenever I sell a high-end card, whenever I middleman a high-end card, I will video it, and then I'll demand they video it unpacking. And I'll say, if you do not video yourself unpacking this package, and I'll sign over the sticky tape so that I can tell if the sticky tape's been resealed or whatever. I'll say, if you don't videotape yourself unpacking this card, you lose any right to then say that the card was damaged or that there was an issue with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as you're very careful with it all, it's very easy to protect yourself. There's always going to be scammers out there looking to get one up on people, and it is unavoidable at times. But yeah, you just do what you can.
Absolutely. That pretty much answers the question. All right, we're going to move to a segment that we're calling Hobby Headlines. It's probably our first segment. We're going to talk about this month's releases. So I know we've touched on Merlin already, so we probably don't need to talk about that as much. But Inception and National Treasures. Who would like to start on Inception and what they think?
Antony loves his Inception.
I am calling this to be product of the year because quad auto booklet. I mean, official, quad auto booklet. I just can't see how the fuck this is not going to be absolutely mental. Obviously, they're probably going to do dual autos again. Inception last year was absolutely fucking mental, and I just think they're going to top it this year. Personally, I haven't seen much of the product yet. They've only just started releasing it. I saw somebody doing a resale post today. I think it was like $820 for 2 boxes or something USD. So I mean, you see Inception. The dual Messi Ronaldo auto sold for 135,000 US for a product that released at what was it, 150 pounds or something a box. Just absolutely crazy. Plenty of value in it. It's a great rip. I think it's a really good rip for breakers. Like, it's a great you get a lot, like, you get a lot of filler product, but this is like one of those products where you use to sell the break. It's a selling point. You might chuck in a couple of boxes of this, a couple of boxes of that, 1 box of Inception, but that box of Inception is what people are going to be sitting on the edge of their seats to see. Yeah, the fact that you can put quad auto with Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, and someone else, like, just fucking nuts. So for me, I think I haven't seen it open yet, but I reckon it's going to take product of the year over Obsidian. That's just a call for me.
Were those quad autos numbered to like 4 or something though?
There's different.
The issue with Tops is when Tops do a checklist, they don't tell you what the parallels are. So they'll tell you what parallels are available for a certain type of card, but they won't tell you the specifics of each card, whereas Panini do. Panini will say, Impeccable, for example, KDB's got 5 different autos in Impeccable.
All number 7.
So in reality, he's only got 30 or 40 autos in the entire set. Someone that's got 1 card numbered to 99 has twice as many. Tops don't do that, and they don't do that on purpose. The Inception checklist is twice as big as last year. And again, it's until the product drops and we know what the drop rate's going to be like. Because I don't have any faith whatsoever in Tops that they're going to have it anywhere near what it was last year.
But Rod, in saying that, the fact that they've so let's say that the checklist is doubled, right? They've got cards that they didn't have last year. They didn't have dual autos. They didn't have quad booklets. They didn't have these extra anomaly cards that last year was just basically like you knew exactly what you're getting in every box, bar if you hit a patch auto by chance, which I don't even think we pulled 1 in all the Inception boxes we broke. And you're talking about, I saw the Antony, I think it was Antony's patch auto 1 of 1 with Ajax symbol, like something like that. The fact that they've actually branched out, because last year I don't think they had many patch autos apart from obviously Messi and some of the bigger players, but it seems this year that
I think they had two, but the issues comes to whether they're padding the checklist or not. Because at the end of the day, Haaland has autos in every single Tops product this year.
Yeah,
he has 1 or 2.
Yeah, but how many autos does he have in every single Tops checklist?
That's the issue. Like, how many of these booklets are there going to be?
Yeah,
is there going to be 5 of each booklet in a print run of 12,000 boxes?
Yeah,
and then we're going to have this continuous chase. It's like I've opened 4 cases of Chrome Hobby in a row without hitting a single red.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going through, I've just ordered 20 boxes of Inception. I hope it's going to be amazing, but if we go through those 20 boxes and don't hit a single booklet, well, they may as well not even be on the checklist, like the Haaland autos, like the Messi and CR7 autos, to be honest.
But doesn't that just add to the hype, add to the chase, the fact that they're so short? And that if you do, like, for example, let's say when you hit the finest Messi to 5 auto, price football.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Did you hit any other Messi in that auto?
Not in finest, not in tops.
Again, that was a fucking momentous moment. Like,
correct.
A freaky hit, and then you hit the auto in Inception twice over in like the same fucking week.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if that's going to happen again this year.
For those situations to become something more, is something that we chase. It's the reason why we buy into these products. I don't want to buy into Inception knowing that I can hit a booklet every fucking break. Because
I think there's a sweet spot
worthless, though, you know.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot for it. I think if they are too rare, people just give up on chasing them. But if they come up every now and then, they keep people going.
Yeah, like
if
one
they're
in
too
10,
rare, no one's
one in 15.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like you're saying, like for example, the rookie stickers that were in Chrome. Everyone got excited. What are these framed rookie stickers?
Have they hit one yet?
Roman's opened 25 cases of Chrome Hobby and has not hit one.
Rod, you've opened 40 cases of Prizm and haven't hit a 1-on-1. Like,
yeah, no,
that's
the thing. So what's the point of like Color Blast? Color Blasts are not worth money because you can't hit them. Like we had that discussion. That you know the booklets are fantastic, and if they exist to 10 or to 15, like you're talking extremes. Like the CR7's in Impeccable. The CR7 drops in Impeccable just about bang on.
Yeah.
You get one in every 5 or 6 cases. They exist. Yes, they were fucking redemptions, which is annoying, but they exist. They're there. They're a reasonable chase.
I think they did well with that. I actually do think
when you're talking 2 or 3 autos in an entire product's print run, that is beyond like I said, I can think of one. I've watched a shitload of breaks and I've opened a shitload of product. I can think of one Haaland I've seen hit in 21-22 product.
Well, you look at Inception last year, right? Haaland had 6 autos. 5. He had 5 to 5 and 1-of-1. That's it.
Yeah.
There is no other auto in that set of him.
Correct.
So, you know, you've hit one of the 6 autos in Inception of Haaland. You know, when you're looking at it like that, it does add the value to the card. But
but what you're doing is there's still going to be 5, and 99% of the breakers in the world would not have hit a Haaland. I got lucky; I hit 1. Next year, there's still 5, but there's twice as many boxes.
Yeah,
like the constant is staying constant, and the print run is going whack. So I think that Tops may not do it. They might surprise us and go, you know what? They've worked like Panini did with Impeccable and Obsidian, where they've gone, we're not going to blow the print run out of the water. We're going to keep it as a concise one. I don't know anyone that actually successfully brought a box of Inception from Tops. The big suppliers have got them, but I don't know any average Joe who actually got a box from Tops.
Damn bots again.
I stayed up for like 40 hours over numerous weeks to try and get a box, and I was right on it on the second they dropped, and I missed out as well.
It's all them bots.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like it doesn't. There's a chase, and the chases are going to be brilliant, and the cards are beautiful. They are my favorite. It was my favorite release last year, but the way Tops have done the print runs on some of their products this year, I will reserve judgment until we see, because if you're opening 100 boxes to hit one booklet and the Messi, how many products have come out and the only Messi, Ronaldo, or Haaland we've seen has been the 1-of-1? But having the 1-of-1 in there means they can put it on a checklist. And they can pad that checklist. If they turn around and said to us, guys, there's 5 Haaland autos, there's 5 Messi autos, and there's 5 CR7 autos, great. I'd happily go in and chase. That's what Panini do. But Tops have a habit of padding it.
They just tell you they're there.
Yeah, like
they exist.
From a small breaker's point of view, I managed to get in contact with someone who has bots, and he wants to resell all his Inception to me. But at I think 400 US, like I'm probably passing on it with just one numbered card. Or there might be 2 numbered cards this year and 1 auto. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've watched quite a few of Rod's breaks on YouTube for evidence and John Stones and the return for the price.
Laporte.
Yeah, Laporte. The return for the price, like for someone like me, I just can't.
Okay.
It would break my heart to break that for $700-800, and you get a numbered nobody and a shit auto.
Yeah,
long way.
I have to pass on Inception, to be honest. For me, at least.
Yeah, it's one of those products, right, where it's either incredible or just dog shit, and there's nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
I guess the ceiling would be higher.
That way, I think.
It's an all or nothing product, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah. The product of the year, according to Antony, though, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
All right, well, what about Road to Qatar? National Treasures. First time we're seeing National Treasures in a while. Does the logo kill it for everyone?
100%.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Do you think it'd be more desirable and more people will be buying it if the logo wasn't there?
All they had to do was put the logo on the back.
Yeah, I agree.
True.
I'm going to pull a 1-of-1 Messi patch auto, and there's a fucking stupid diamond on the front.
Rio as well. It's not even a good diamond.
Like, it just doesn't even look good.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. For me, I like the fact that they're branching back out to bring out high-end product, and the fact that National Treasures is making a comeback. It's awesome. I love it, but I really hate the fact that they made a Road to Qatar.
Will we see on-card autos?
I don't think so. Not for National Treasures.
No, I don't think so.
I hope so, but I hope so, but I don't. I think there'll probably be some wanky ones.
They'll save it for Eminence.
Yeah, for sure.
There'll be like some octanes or whatever
something like that.
Yeah, just one subset or something.
Yeah.
So
I don't see them doing the fact that they've released already, like, images of Messi with a sticker auto just fucking turns me off. And the fact that Mbappe already has PSG sticker autos in the Topps product makes me think, well, why the fuck can't you have sticker autos in the NT product? I think that they won't do it much in that product, especially for players. I don't know about Prizm. I think Prizm will still be sticker too, but I think they're going to save it for Eminence, and then hopefully, if Flawless gets a release next year, that should be on card as well.
Yeah, Flawless would be insane.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, it would be incredible. Do we think this National Treasures will sell to the same lengths the others have in terms of soccer?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you think that's all hype, or that's people just wanting to have National Treasures cards of their favorite players?
Just the lack of National Treasures.
Yeah. And hype.
Yeah. See, do you think it's been one of those products where even your mediocre hits are still good hits? Like, because I know a lot of the Impeccable, Immaculate, you can get some real dog shit cards that are worthless in those, and they're big boxes. Do you think National Treasures will have those mid-range hits, but they'll be more valuable in the long run?
100%. I think NT will actually be a lot more flooded than it has in the past.
Yeah. Are you worried about the checklist?
I think because it's Road to Qatar, I am worried about the checklist because it's not just World Cup, and the fact that it's not just World Cup makes me think, well, why didn't they do that? And what are they adding into it?
Does that mean Haaland could be there?
It does, and that should also mean that New Zealand can have some cards, right?
Yes, I doubt it, but you never know.
Yeah, big Chris Wood autos.
Yes, big Dick Wood.
Winston Reed autos.
Massive Dick Wood. Yeah.
Ian says Impeccable is one of the best bases. I definitely agree with him.
Immaculate and Impeccable have two of my favorite base cards in all sets.
Yeah, I agree.
And not just this year's, but even past years.
The only thing the problem I have with Immaculate base is the to 49 is copper. It's very ugly. I wish they did a different
That's
color.
this year's, yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Are they doing a Road to the World Cup and then re-releasing the World Cup set for NT, or is it just a Road to the World Cup?
No, it's just Road to World Cup.
Just Road.
Road to Qatar.
Right.
So it's been delayed now, but it was supposed to come out prior to Prizm, but now I think it's going to be released after Prizm, which is
No, it'll be at this stage. It'll be 10 days before Prizm. But
okay.
If Prizm comes out on the 3rd of November, I'll eat my hat.
Well, Grayson has said, I was watching his hobby stream the other day, and Grayson said that they will move every product around to make sure Prizm releases on the 3rd of November.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
World Cup.
I also agree with what Guy said in the comments that they make the product before squads are announced. Because that means, like, most likely, right, I'm never going to see an Toney England card just because they haven't waited and they probably pre-made the squad.
Well, it's 12 to 15 month lead time apparently.
Yeah, so I'll probably never see one. But I agree with Guy. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, very, very frustrating.
Does anyone have any other points on National Treasures or final thoughts on Merlin even?
It's hard to say for National Treasures really until we
don't know a lot.
We know more about it.
Yeah,
There's just so many uncertainties, really.
Yeah.
I couldn't even comment on National Treasures. There's so much stuff up in the air about it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm sure we'll talk about it again in 3 weeks or a month or something. So
I'm just looking forward to watching the breaks, to be honest. That's about it. That's as far as I'll get.
I'm looking forward to seeing Prizm.
I would rather break Prizm as a personal than break NT any day of the week.
I agree.
Because you just look at the previous sets of Prizm and NT, and the value in Prizm is so much better.
While we're on World Cup Prizm, do you think we'll ever see fans of the game autos again?
It's always possible. You can't rule anything out, especially with Fanatics going to take over soon. They might bring in and implement things that Panini never would.
Yeah.
That's the Kobe autos?
That's the Kobe autos, yeah.
Who else? Is there any other ones other than Kobe?
There's a Jay-Z one. I can't remember if it's NBA or soccer, though.
Sorry, there's supposed to be in Prizm this year, Haaland auto in Prizm that's a fan of the game.
Is it?
Yeah.
And World Cup Prizm.
Yeah.
There you go.
So they found a way to get his auto into the set. It was through fans of the game, Haaland auto. I don't know if
that's true.
I don't know if it was true, but they had the whole hype around it. So,
but Panini haven't got Haaland autos. Unless
correct.
Like, you think
so hence why it makes you think whether or not it was true. But who knows?
Weird.
If that's true, long term, those boxes are gonna.
You got to remember
really
though, now Haaland being at Man City, does that give him any implement to start signing with Panini?
Mm.
If the rest of his team is, why not?
It should make it easier for him.
It's Panini have EPL, so
yeah.
I don't know.
If he's in next year's Prizm, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be crazy.
Oh, he will be. He'll definitely be in there.
It'd be nuts.
Yeah.
That would be nuts, to be fair.
Fans of the game Drake auto.
That would be sick.
I mean, yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, who's the Toronto MLS team?
The Whitecaps? No,
it's Vancouver Whitecaps.
Vancouver.
There's a Toronto team, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
The
That's
one
who
Giovinco used to play for.
Yeah, Giovinco's there, and what's his face now? Bernardeschi from Juve.
I can't remember what they're called.
Yes.
The MLS teams have weird names.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Fans of the game, Rod Adams auto.
Biggest,
absolutely.
Oh, they're just called Toronto
biggest
FC.
Breakers auto. Toronto FC. Yeah.
Give backs.
The cash out on my multi is currently 20 cents. That's a good sign, right?
Jeez, take that.
Do it.
Take it.
Straight away.
All right. While we're talking about autos, we're going to move on to the Mbappe Panini deal. My main question for you: does it change the value of the PSG boxes? I know we've just seen one. Luckily, Anthony's lucky enough to have one now. Does the Panini deal change the value of your Mbappe to 50?
It does not. It does not in the slightest, because Topps is not Panini, and this is Mbappe's first on-card auto. It is his first auto. It does not change the value of it in the slightest. PSG boxes are a 270 limited edition set. People who think that if they flood Panini with their autos, with sticker autos and whatnot, it's going to change his value. It will not change anything, honestly. Like, anyone who thinks that is, I don't think it's going to. You know, Topps limited Haaland autos in every set. He doesn't have anything in Panini. He's still got good value, but I just don't see, you know, even if, let's say when Eminence comes out, Mbappe has on-card autos, I still don't think that'll change his PSG set. Because, again, it's his first auto. It is basically what you could, I mean, you could say is his rookie auto. He's never had an autograph before. So I think that will, not because I pulled one tonight, all right, it's got nothing to do with it. This was my view prior to this, because I was going to hold my box. I was going to not open it. But now I'm going to. So I don't think his value of his autos in the PSG set will drop, to be honest, because, yeah, I mean, if you've got a good auto on card from him and it's his first auto, if you're looking at previous players, and none of them have really dropped from being flooded, you know, and Messi's first autos on card go for fucking astronomical money to considering to what they go for now. Like, his flawless opposed to his Eminence goes for stupid money. Eminence actually doesn't even go for that much compared to flawless. So you're talking on card, you're talking first auto, set holds value, especially for someone like Mbappe, being his first auto.
I agree. I think the whether or not they're on card and NT is going to play a big part of it. And like we touched on with Inception, how Panini released them. So if there's, you know, if it turns out there's a case hit and the case hit is, you know, Mbappe turning up once in every 4 or 5 cases, then it's going to be a completely different story to turning up in every 20 cases. It's going to be interesting to see if, I don't think, knowing the type of person that he is and how staunchly he guarded his autos and all the rest of it, I think there's going to be very few of them. So I think the top sets are still a very solid investment in that regard. But there's still a lot of risk involved. If he turns out on cards, and if the first box of Prizm gets open, if the first box of NT gets open, and there's an on card numbered to 99, then the PSG set's in trouble.
Yeah.
But do you think that even though it's limited to 270?
I do. I think if they're on card and there's a lot of them, then the PSG set's in trouble, because in 5 years' time, no one's going to know that the PSG set was the first auto that came out 4 months earlier.
Super trap.
People are going to say 21-22 was the first year of Mbappe autos.
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I actually agree. I don't think if there's more on-card autos, I think it's they might drop. But if there's sticker autos, and if they're like 10 for the whole print, you might be all right. But typically, in my experience, like when someone gets a first auto, it's kind of different. But in my example, like David Beckham, when I opened his auto was 15K. You can buy that same card now for like 600 US. That's such a massive drop. And it's sticker to sticker, but on card to sticker, like I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know enough to comment, to be honest. But like,
let's for example. I know it was his sort of rookie auto, but let's look at Haaland first autos in Bundesliga Chrome. It's considered his rookie, even though he's got rookie cards from Salzburg. It's considered his first auto. His superfractor of that set sold for 500,000 USD or whatever it was. But even his to 50 would be going for, say, 70K US. And that's a sticker order. That's his first order. All right. In personal opinion, I think Haaland hasn't won what Mbappe's won. Obviously Mbappe's got a World Cup under his name. But in this current day and age, you have to say Haaland's the better striker. Still, in saying that, his first auto holds immaculate money, even as a sticker auto. So does that come into play?
Yeah.
It does, but then you look at the Haaland Transcendent auto, which there was one floating around for sale today for 10K USD.
But that's not his first auto, is it?
No, it's a Dortmund auto. But I think it was 2000.
That was 2020 though in Transcendence.
Was it that long? Was it that recent?
Yeah, it wasn't 2019. It was 2020.
Okay, I thought it was a little bit earlier, but
I don't think so.
But yeah, I don't know. It's all gonna. I think for Mbappe to reach mammoth heights, he needs to leave PSG at some point, which he has said he's open to going to Real Madrid.
He needs to win a Ballon d'Or. Let's be honest.
He's not that good at the moment.
I even think then he Haaland was part of the allure of Haaland was that he was always leaving Dortmund. He was always leaving Dortmund, and United fans and Real Madrid fans and Barca fans and City fans were all excited because he was always leaving Dortmund. Mbappe's done it all at PSG. He could, if he goes and scores
Champions League yet.
He hasn't. But if he goes and scores 50 goals in the league next year, what are people going to say? Farmers League. Farmers League, and he's playing in a team surrounded by superstars. So I think for him to go to astronomical heights, you spoke about superfractors at $500,000, and Mbappe's 2017 Chrome Super, if that ever turns up, will be similar money.
It'll be ridiculous money.
Yeah, but for the weight of the cards that have come after that to keep carrying, I think he needs to go and move somewhere else at some point. And he's only, what is he? He's still 23 or something. It's stupidly young.
In your opinion, the on-card superfractor gets pulled today from the PSG set. What's it sell for?
I would say 300 USD if I had to guess, but it could be anything.
If the right people get in the bidding war on that, $500,000.
And I've spoken about this a couple of times, that when you're talking about cards that are on that level and cards that are on that height, like anything in the world, whether you're talking about cars or clothes or fashion or art or whatever it is, the value of the dollars becomes irrelevant, because if two people want it and they have a stupid amount of money, there are varying levels of rich. There are varying levels of wealth. There's super wealthy people who have got $100 million and they still rent a private jet.
Yeah.
There's the guy that's got $500 million and he owns the private jet. There's the guy that's worth $1 billion who owns the airport. And for these guys, if you look at racehorses, if they get involved in a battle over a racehorse, if there's two people that want it, the number becomes irrelevant. And that, when you're talking about super high-end cards like that, and you've got guys like Shine and guys like Super Trout and all that sort of stuff getting involved, you don't know how much money these guys have really got. But the difference between 300, 400, and 500 to them versus the hit on their pride of not owning it or losing out to someone else is irrelevant, because the money to them is just a superficial figure that makes no sense.
Yeah. I want to...
Hold on. Can I just comment on about the Farmers League? So obviously people are always calling the French League, the German League, the Spanish League. They're all Farmers Leagues, whatever. German League is dominating the fuck out of UCL at the moment. So nobody can call the German League right now a Farmers League, because they are literally killing it in all fucking stages.
I think Germany are the best of the other domestic leagues in terms of competitiveness.
Honestly, they are absolutely killing it at the moment.
Most of the people in the French league work a job 9 to 5, to be fair.
Well, it's funny because apparently the guys who played PSG in the last UCL game, one of the defenders works games. He's a truck driver 9 to 5. And then he was up against Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. I was like,
mate,
wow.
they scored first as well.
Yeah, they did.
PSG played a full-strength lineup against a team of fucking chemists and shit. Like, come on, man. And they conceded first. They went 1-0 down.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I want to touch on Alex's question before it goes away. He asked if Mbappe low-numbered sticker auto in a France kit or on-card Mbappe in a PSG kit, and do we reckon the kit makes a difference, like Messi and Ronaldo?
Mbappe low-number sticker auto in a France kit or Mbappe in PSG kit.
What do you think, Marco?
On card. I mean, sticker autos are so overproduced, man. Especially in today's soccer society, over the last couple of years with COVID and shit. I mean, anything on card, especially if somebody hasn't had anything on card prior to, say, 2019, because that's when COVID hit. I mean, it's just worth so much more. They've held the card. They've signed the card. Sticker autos can be all over the shop. So can on card. But, again, it's just always worth more. It's the same in NBA. NBA stickers are worth jack shit compared to NBA on card. Because most of NBA on card is on... most NBA is on card because of the fact that they are all US based.
Yeah, the only NBA auto I have is on card, so...
Well, so that makes that the fact that it's a worldwide sport, being on card should be realistically worth more than, say, a sticker, because, I mean, they can send them 1,000 sticker sheets and they can just, you know, sign them all. And they can put their, you know, even to this day, Maradona and Pele are still being put on products. So the fact that's what's probably more beneficial for them, obviously, when someone passes away. But in my opinion, on card, you can't beat it. It's king. Same as what Sapphire is to Tops. It's the king product.
What do you think, Marco?
Yeah, he's probably right, to be fair. If there's no more on-card in Mbappe, those ones are just going to skyrocket. Or if there is, then they're like printed to 5. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know enough about the high-end stuff. That's one question I was going to ask as well. Like, I know nothing about cards over $1,000, literally. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
A good question then is, if France go ahead and win the World Cup and there's a France on-card and Mbappe auto in the French kit, which is worth more? Both numbered to 50, PSG kit, France kit, you won the World Cup.
France kit.
French kit
Even if it's not the first auto we signed? Like
France kit. I mean,
national kits go for a shit ton.
It's your first national kit on card auto. Again, it doesn't even matter if you've had a PSG on card auto. The fact that you've now had a national kit on card. So let's for example say I've got the PSG set to 50 Mbappe per se, and the Eminence France kit Mbappe gets released and France win the World Cup. That fucking France Eminence is going to be worth way more. Straight up.
Yeah.
Well, I think you can compare his 2017 Topps Chrome versus his 2018 World Cup Prizm.
Yeah.
They're the two bases. They're pretty well on par from memory.
At the moment.
I haven't done the research, but they're pretty well on par. They're both stupidly expensive. Like, you're talking multiple 4 figures for something numbered to 99. But yeah, I think they will both hold their place. If you're talking about going to the moon, then yeah, the France on card would be to the moon sort of stuff. And that's because I do think Mbappe, and again, he's only 23 or whatever he is, so he's going to spend another 2 or 3 years running PSG as he does, and then he'll probably fuck off to Real Madrid and see what he does there.
Yeah.
But, and that's going to, come down. But you never know what's going to happen in the world of football. Like, you know, could you imagine if 10 years ago we were sitting here talking about Fernando Torres rookies? Spain have just come off a World Cup.
Yeah.
Torres is banging in 22 goals a season for Liverpool.
Right.
And then Torres' hamstrings get a bit tight, and all of a sudden he's fit for bed.
Did you guys watch the 2008 penalty shootout I sent in the chat yesterday? Oh, mate, Italy versus Spain. They were talking about Cesc Fabregas being the next big thing. I was like, oh, it's so good. Nice. All right. Does anyone have any final
That's the
thoughts
beauty of football. Anything is possible. And
Mm.
nobody can become a somebody overnight, literally.
Yeah,
Mbappe could get another World Cup as well. There's plenty of time.
That's
very
it.
true.
Get 3.
Does anyone have any final thoughts on Mbappe? Okay,
I said what I had to say.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move to our last segment, which is player spotlights. It's where we're going to try spotlight a few rookies or trade players each fortnight or month or however often we do these things. And just talk about whether we think they're good investments or not, what kind of cards they've got, and what you can pick up. So this week we're doing Toney for our current rookie and Antony for our past rookie.
That's convenient.
It's very convenient because in my sheet I have Toney as your rookie to watch. 26 years old in English. I had discussion on England call up. So look at us go. Toney now called up for England. 5 goals in 6 games, 2 assists, 4 big chances created already in 6 games.
He's
Hat-trick first
better
lead.
than Kane, that's for sure.
Jeez.
Just he's flying at the moment. So the recent sales I found before he got the England call up, I imagine they will change now. His red flood to 10 from Obsidian did 125 USD, so it's still really affordable for something numbered to 10.
George,
Especially on a color
be
match.
honest, you've been out there stealing all these fucking Tonys over the last 6 months.
I have.
Let's be honest.
I have. So red flood to 10, 125 USD. Choice green to 9, 70 USD.
That is just stupid.
Yeah. Bronze prism to 25, 80 USD. They're 3 recent solds. I got the impeccable 1 of 1 for just over 1,000 AUD. So it's not bad pricing at the moment.
I think what I like about Toney is that he's got that X factor. Watching a player beyond what they do and how they behave and whether they just score goals or what they do as a player, you watch him and you can't help but get drawn in by the excitement that he creates. And he's got a bit of attitude about him. He's got a bit of flair. He gets fired up and he gets stuck in. And he's a player that just has that aura about him. It's an infectious sort of thing. So I think he's absolutely a big game player. He's a big club player. You can tell that sort of straight off the bat. So I think, absolutely fantastic investment.
Yeah,
he's someone that, could. And I think his game style, whilst he does have that power and speed and all the rest of it, it is a game style that should allow him to play well into his 30s. And he hasn't got a huge amount of games in his legs. You get these guys that, and there was this freaking blog, I think it was an athletic one, but they spoke about the amount of games that players have in their legs and, talking about things like how Torres, who I mentioned before, Torres had played more games at 21 than Drogba did at 27.
Yeah.
And how much effect that has. If you look at that golden generation of England, when you're talking Torres and Owen and all these sort of guys, they were literally driven into the ground. They were just playing 40 games a year as 18, 19-year-olds. And sure enough, they got to 22, 23, 24, and they were broken down war horses. But they'd already played 300 or 400 games at that stage at a high level.
Yeah.
So I think Toney's got that ability, even though he's 26, which is older for a rookie. He's got the ability, and he should have the miles on the clock to be able to play well into his 30s, which bodes well for the hobby and bodes well for anyone that's investing in his stuff.
Yeah.
That's why Rooney looks like what he does. Yeah.
I don't like Guy trying to steal our whole attack in the comments. And Malcolm, who said Toney will start next season at a Big Six club. We are a Big Six club.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The bees may well be a Big
Hey,
Six
you never
club.
know. Wait till the end of the season before you say
Marco, who do you support? I actually never asked this.
Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan.
Oh, you're a Chelsea fan.
All during our transfer window, the number one player mentioned that we should sign was Toney at striker. Our whole subreddit was just wanking on about how good he is.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he's a great player. I kind of wish we had signed him, but I mean, he would have gone for a hefty price tag, I imagine.
If he goes anywhere but Brentford, I want it to be Chelsea because then I can still wear his kits and not
He's
get you.
going to go to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He loves the pool.
Why would
Yeah.
Why would you want your favourite striker to go to a striker's graveyard?
I don't want him to go.
It's
at
very
all.
true.
But if he
It's
does
very
go,
true.
I would like him to go there.
He can break the spell, surely.
Striker's graveyard is 100% bang on.
It's very true. That number 9 is
it's
fucked.
super true.
That number 9 is fucked.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, in terms of Toney, I think his card prices are going to go up now, especially because of that England call-up. People knew him before. People knew he was scoring goals. He scored 17 goals for us last year. For a team who's just played in the Prem for the first time ever, to score 17 goals for a club is huge. So now people know him on a global scale because he's going to be in the England kit. He's going to have a number. His cards are only going to go up, I think.
Yeah, big time.
So the cards you can get for Toney at the moment, Prizm, Mosaic, Obsidian, Impeccable, Immaculate, and Chronicles.
I thought you were going to pull out your suitcase then and go, so these are the cards.
I've bought them all, but
I have all of them.
Yeah.
I do have a majority of the Tonys numbered under 25, to be fair. So, so they're the cards you can get for Toney at the moment. The best value for money, I think, because I've bought a majority of them. Best value for money you can buy at the moment is Obsidian for sure. You can pick up low-numbered Obsidian, Floods, Contras, all under like 300 USD for even the shortest ones. So it's not bad. Like, I got 2 Contras now. I got the PSA 9 Contra and the Raw one, and both of them I bought less than 300 USD. So, I mean, that's the best value for money. And Chronicles, you can pick up really low-numbered Origins at a good price as well. So, that's your best bunny currently. Best long-term hold will always be Prizm, Immaculate, and Impeccable.
Yeah, agreed. Well, technically, no, actually, I disagree because, to be honest, Chronicles rookie tickets are things that are just ageless.
If Toney had one, I would agree.
If Toney had one, yeah, that would be the go-to.
Definitely. Toney does have a Gala. If you're lucky enough to find a Gala, hold it forever. A Gala actually sold for 185 USD on eBay.
Oh my god!
I missed it.
That is a steal.
I know.
Well, I think galas suffer the same fate as the Color Blast in this year's Prizm. The fact that they don't turn up, no one's looking for them.
Yeah.
So because no one's jumping on eBay going, find me a gala, because they've been around since 1920 Chronicles, and you never see them for sale. They've always been so rare.
Yeah.
So
you pulled 2 of the 8 Palmers, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did literally pull 2 of the 8
Yeah, you
Palmers.
got one for me and one for Will.
Yeah.
So my advice on Ivan Toney is pick up and hold under 99 numbered. Prizm recommended.
That red flood color match will do well.
That's beautiful. I now have 2 of those.
But it's not a Gravenbear Red Flood. Gravenbear rookie. So.
True.
No. Anyone got any closing thoughts on Ivan Toney before I move to Antony?
Toney is phenomenal. From what I've seen, I'm jealous. Honestly, he's a great striker. He's strong. He's a great finisher. And yeah, you're very smart to PC him. And I actually think he's going to be one of those strikers that transitions to the national scale, as well as he does for his club. So it will be interesting to see if he gets enough starting time in the World Cup. I honestly hope he gets more starting time than Kane, because I just fucking think Kane's a spud. But anyway, that's just my thoughts.
Southgate is also a spud, so he's going to
Southgate is a tutorial together. Who the fuck
There's some players
to be in your squad?
Yeah.
Seriously. Come on, man.
Fucked.
Some players are untouchable in that England squad.
Just to answer Guy Embry, Gravy has only started the one game. He's been coming off the bench, but in the one game that he started, he got man of the match. It's been hard for him because Leonska and Musiala and Nabry have all been absolutely on fire.
Love it.
Musiala's assist the other day, I think, was insane in the Champions League.
Musiala got man of the match. He played a phenomenal game.
He's definitely underrated, I still think.
Oh, he's not underrated. He's definitely not underrated. He just doesn't have enough cards on the market for people to really acknowledge him.
For some reason, like quite a lot of players a year after their rookie, like they drop quite a bit because people just chase the current rookies and forget about last year's rookies.
Of course.
Yeah,
I've noticed like I've got a Jude Bellingham rookie to autograph to 50, but like comps are not going up at all because people were just trying to get the latest rookies.
Well, Ryan Vack today sold his Musiala, the 25 rookie from Sapphire, for 2,200 AUD.
Oh,
great.
So that's a good sale. That's a great sale.
Yeah. He's probably the best of that year's rookie set.
He's definitely, and the fact that he doesn't have autos makes his cards more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about Antony. He's moved to United now. Brazilian, 22 years old. In his Ajax time, 18 goals and 22 assists in 57 games. He's 1 from 1 at United, and he debuted for Brazil at 21 years old.
If I can start watching him last year, he's a freak. He's a great player. He has the Brazilian attributes. He's very agile. He's very quick, very skillful. It hurts me the fuck that he's at United. I'm not gonna lie. It just hurts me. Because he's a great player, and seeing him succeed at United will hurt because obviously I'm a Liverpool supporter. But I can't fault him. He's just phenomenal. His rookie cards, he doesn't have auto rookies. He's another one like Musiala. People who loaded up. I had a fucking shitload of Antony autos. Antony rookies. And I traded them all, obviously, during my grab and bear chase. I traded all the Antony rookies for a Mount rookie to 99 Sapphire, PSA 10, which was huge at the time. And I ended up selling that for 2K. So I think Antony is going to have some more value, especially for his rookies. He's got autos now in their 21, 22 Chrome, and I believe, did he have some in the finest? I don't know. But yeah, he's going to kill it, man. He honestly looks so good. Even watching him in the first couple of games, it hurt. Because I was just like, man, I love this kid. And he is just playing so well. He's going to, if United can't actually feed off him, then he's going to suffer. If they can feed off him and they play well with him, then they will do wonders. Because he is phenomenal.
Yeah. What do you think, Marco?
I think we'll see over the course of a season. I don't think he'll be like he won't be worth the price tag probably. He did score on debut, but I'm pretty sure it was just a tap in.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything special. I didn't watch the full game to be fair, but
did you watch United's game in the Europa?
No, not today's one. I didn't watch that.
He played brilliantly.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying Jadon Sancho played really well.
Yeah, Sancho played well. Played well.
Sancho wasn't named in the England squad.
Look, Mark, you're talking to a guy who, from the bottom of my heart, loathes United. I grew up with 6 best friends who all supported United in the time when Liverpool were fielding a team, with Fabio Aurelio and players that you would be sick seeing play for your team. And, I copped a lot of grief through the years. So I still have this hatred inside, but I really want to see Antony succeed.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a jet. I think it's one of those players. I think Marco's right as well that he could definitely flop, and his price tag will make him look bad, just like Alex said in the chat. If he doesn't live up to that price tag,
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. He's got for his price tag. He has to do a lot.
Yeah.
But he's not.
True.
He's not this man.
Kenneth Taylor, eh?
The man, the
Sheesh.
myth, the legend.
He's a beast. What about Kudus, eh? He's
Oh
playing
my
pretty well.
God, what a goal. Seriously.
Yeah, that goal was
Well, it
phenomenal.
sucks because I love Ajax now, and
Mm.
I've been watching them, since Gravy's days. I haven't watched them a lot since before last year, but just watching them in the last couple of years, honestly, they have some really good gems there, man. And like
you do not want to see the Ajax kits I have in my wardrobe.
Oh, Georgia's got some banging
Too
Ajax
many.
kits actually as well.
I got the blue and yellow third kit they did as a special edition somewhere.
Man, I'm named after one of the best footballers of all time. Like I've got the kits for days. Yeah.
We're going to talk about some of his recent sales. His Merlin red to 10 in a PSA 9 did 2,000 USD.
Yeah, wow.
That's just
I
the base Merlin
hope
red
he
to
does
10.
well.
You have to remember though, he has no autos in his rookie year, so of course his base cards are going to sell well.
I think that's the reason for this next comp. The Contra to 9 PSA 10 also did 2,000 USD.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It's standard, man, and even as much as well as he plays, he doesn't have autos. So bases like Jamal, in that rookie class. Of course, that's just, and it's like Garvey this year. Garvey doesn't have autos, so hence why I'm loading up on tickets and select 23s and all these rare cards that are going to retain value. If you look at past sets and the way that they've sort of presented themselves. Obviously, rookies are going to be flooded, but if you're going to keep a short print of somebody who doesn't have an auto, you're going to keep a short print base, it's always going to hold value if they do well.
Yeah, for sure. The other comps I had, so even his long print stuff is doing okay. Merlin to 175 rookie for 50 USD. I mean, for a 175, 50 is not the worst, not the best.
No,
Sapphire base, his base Sapphire rookie was 35 USD.
Which is nuts.
That's not a bad pick up and hold. Stadium to 75, the variation where he's gun finger into the camera, was 65 USD.
Yeah.
So comps are all right. It's worth picking up a few Sapphire, Chrome, low numbered, I think.
Yeah.
So the Antony rookie cards you can buy are Chrome, Merlin, Sapphire, Aoki, Obsidian, Finest, and Stadium.
And his Chrome and Sapphire are king in that year level, because last year Chrome was just shit hot. You got an Antony red. Forget the name. What's the thing I'm thinking of, Rod? The non-numbered.
Carbon.
Yeah, the red carbons, like those cards, they go for good money, and they're not even numbered. Definitely Sapphire is king. Sapphire is always king. It's just they are the gem. If you're looking at a card, a rookie card, they are the gem. They don't have autos. They are literally just base cards. So you pull a Paradasher of one of those rookies 1-of-1 in the Sapphire variant, like that is as good as it gets. It doesn't get any better than that in the Topps product.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What do you guys think about Steve Aoki Chrome that came out last year?
Hit and miss, I think.
Yeah.
You think
it was better than I expected? I didn't break it at all for ages, and then someone offered me like 5 boxes locally, and I was desperate, so I was like, yeah, I'll just grab them. And then it did surprise me with how good it was. I like the fact that the autos, even though they're not per box, they're all numbered to 50 or less, I think it was.
The inserts were really nice.
Yeah.
They nailed the inserts. I don't know about having Steve Aoki's name on the front of the card.
Yeah. Do you think long term they suffer because of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Then they'll never sell like any of the other products released.
Yeah.
They're a hype product. Like I think I hit an Ansu Fati to 50. I think this was the card I did like 9 minis for in one night.
My hero.
I razzed this card. It was a to 50 Ansu Fati auto from the Steve Aoki set. And I razzed this in one night through 9 minis for like $900 Australian. So There was some value there initially, but it was the hype value. I like the boys said, I don't think it's going to hold long term.
Yeah, Aoki was like hit and miss. Like I had the Kai Havertz Singularity insert to like 25. And I think I sold that for like $400. You won't sell a Kai Havertz like insert to 25 for that ever again, I don't think.
No, I quite enjoyed opening it, to be honest.
It's a cool rare.
I put a Nico Williams 1-of-1 some insert, but you could barely tell it was even the 1-of-1 variant. It was only once I looked at the back you could see. But they're pretty good.
Yeah, so in terms of Antony, best value for money currently, if you were to go on eBay and buy now, is probably Merlin, Sapphire, and Chrome. Sapphire base and high numbered things are still a good pickup. Like the 199 Sapphire, I think I saw was going really decent priced. So that's best value money for currently. And then according to Antony, best potential long-term hold, Sapphire, Chrome, and low numbered Obsidian.
Correct. If you're gonna buy, especially someone like Antony's rookie card, you're either getting a Contra, a Red Flood from Obsidian, in a PSA 10, or you are getting a Sapphire, low number to 25 to 10 to 5, or Chrome, because Sapphire is king, but Chrome still pulls very good money.
Yeah, agreed. The Sapphires are lovely too from last year. I got the Camavinga at the moment. Yeah, I'm sending the Camavinga base Sapphire off to PSA under that $39 a card thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you might as well, right?
Try to get a quick 10.
Yeah, exactly right. That's pretty much everything we had for tonight. I don't know where Marco's gone.
It's just on the bowl.
Yeah, he's just legged it. Does anyone have any...
I think I'm going to send an Mbappe to 50 auto to PSA shortly.
Oof. I was going to ask if you were going to grade them or not.
Honestly, I'm sorry. I haven't even said anything about it, but I'm so fucking happy about that. I was going to throw my fucking TV through the wall if that fucking thing did not say my name at the top.
Mate,
I know it's the game. I know it's the risk. And I had in my heart, I'm like, you know what? We lose. But at least I wanted to have at least a couple of names in the top 10. The fact that at least I had the top was good enough for me. I didn't give a fuck about the rest.
What was drafted fourth?
Probably the Xavi Simons, I think.
Because I know I was talking to Egan, and Egan got the Di Maria.
Yeah, the fourth was the Ramos.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Nuno Mendes or Xavi to 50 or something?
Yeah, that ended up 6th, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It was Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, Sergio Ramos to 25, Di Maria to 5, then Xavi to 50.
Yeah. I got a Nuno Mendes to 10, Georgie, on the way.
Not a bad card, mate. That's what you wanted, wasn't it? A long hold, Nuno Mendes?
Yeah. Well, an auto, but, we'll take a base.
Mate, stick that in the vault somewhere and forget about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, well, good fun, lads.
Yeah, does anyone have any closing thoughts? We pumped through 2.5 hours worth of content, so...
That's it.
Yeah, I had a question for Antony. What was the most expensive card you've sold on consignment or just by yourself?
I have to think about this one.
It was a mount to 10, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would either be the mount to 10. Well, actually, no. It's probably the
Ronnie.
It's no. It was actually probably the what's his name? The American rod that we got to.
Oh, the pulley one.
The Musa.
The
Yunus Musa to
rated rookie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that we helped with Luke to get this.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that was the unconsigned one.
US.
Yeah, that was the one. The 1-of-1 rated rookie.
How much US?
Sorry.
How much was it in US?
7,500 US. It was 10,500 Australian.
Damn.
And that was the Don Russ rated rookie. That wasn't even the optic.
Yeah.
What's Yunus Musa doing these days?
I don't know.
Probably still at the
That's not a good sign.
American sales, what can I say?
US tax.
But my
Yeah.
own personal sale, it's probably the Mount to 10, which was about 7,500 US in total.
We're going to, speaking of your Mount, we are going to touch on redemptions next time. I had someone ask us to talk about redemptions and the whole process and what we think. So we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, cool.
But redemptions is definitely a topic that we're planning to touch on as well.
Thanks for joining us, Marco. It's been a pleasure,
thanks, Marco.
Yeah, mate. Thanks for the invite. I'll see you boys in a year. We'll do it again. Yeah.
You gotta get down for one of our shows, man.
What was that?
You got to get down for one of the card shows we have here. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, if you guys need help at a booth, I'll come over and do some, free work.
Absolutely.
That'd be sick.
Everyone, head over to Marco's group as well. It's Oceana Breaks on Facebook. There's stuff going every week. So jump on there, jump in some of the breaks. They're quality value, and it's a great time. So jump in.
And he's probably one of the most knowledgeable breakers that I've been involved with, besides Rod. So get on board, man. He's a great lad. Him and Alex are really good dudes. So get on board. Appreciate it, boys. Thank you. It's good. It's actually nice to see what the page looks like from a I've never seen it like that before. Yeah. Does he ship to Cyprus, Guy? Yeah. Oh, worldwide shipping, of course.
He ships to me, Guy. That's enough.
I ship to Cyrus at Soccer Breakers FC. So if you need that, let me know. No.
Love it.
Yeah, too good.
It's been good, lads. Thank you very much for another successful pod.
It'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before the next one, guys. But any topics you want us to touch on, message someone. Stay tuned for next week because I think, George, we're going to do the same stream, but for the PSG break. Absolutely. Well, we'll definitely advertise that. We'll watch Antony get another Mbappe to 10. So.
Yes, the one of one.
No. We're getting the super tractor, all right?
Yeah, sorry. Super messy. Nah. If you're struggling to find a guest in the future, just give me a yell. I'll come in last minute. That's what I love. Thank you. Yeah, all good. All right, lads. Easy. Thanks. See ya. Enjoy. Have a good night, boys.